Good to see you again, some of you, and good to see you tonight, the
Hey,
rest of
hey.
you. Welcome again to Chris McGee and Mr. Super Sidewinder. How are you
Woo.
guys tonight?
Awesome.
I'm doing great, and the faithful are gathered.
Yes. I'm so happy everyone's here. I'm going to do a quick shout out for the names that I can see, which I'm going to go to YouTube for because I think I could see more names there. Give me 1 second. Super Mario Brothers 3 is in the chat. We also have, get out of your ad. Jency is in the chat. We also have Mr. Super Sidewinder, of course. I'm scrolling. It's all Jency's, Mr. Super Sidewinders, and Super Marriage. Unindoctrinated's here.
Michael Fontaine.
Amazing name. Awesome. Awesome handle.
Noise Guru, yes.
Huberts.
Gary Thorsell, welcome. I'm going to give you a little wrench because you don't have one.
Splatter.
Splatter 420's here. Like you said, Michael Fontaine and Huberts just jumped in. Well, while we're waiting for more people to jump in, I'm going to let you know that when I do the news segment, it's going to say Jeff, but obviously Jeff is not here. So it's going to be Chris tonight.
It's my
He's happy
segment.
to do it. Yes. But before we get to that,
Mine.
Chris is going to share his experience while I finish sorting folders. I'll be listening at the UFO conference. So let me get that intro going. So we have an intro for everything. Here it goes.
Live from the UFO desk in North Carolina, I'm Chris McGee, here to report about UFOs and the Contact in the Desert Conference 10th anniversary.
I would actually start with what it is for those of those that don't know, and also hi to Ken Raz who jumped in. Sorry, go on.
So, Contact in the Desert is the largest and most premier UFO conference in the United States. It's the big deal. It's the one where all the major players are there, all the big name UFO researchers and famous abductees are there. Richard Dolan, author of UFOs in the National Security State, the most officious history of the topic. Travis Walton, Whitley Strieber, Linda Moulton Howe. I got to meet all these people. So it's a, how long was it? It's a 4 or 5 day conference in Palm Springs, California, technically Indian Wells. It is out in the desert, and it is 4 days of multiple lectures and films and workshop groups and intensives, and you can meet other experiencers. You can actually go to experiencer groups where people are telling their stories live of, how they had alien interactions in their life. It's pretty mind-blowing. It's overwhelming. It's just a massive torrent of information. There's more going on than you can possibly absorb at once. And what was really mind-blowing was that as an attendee, I got personal access to all these major prominent figures. I really didn't expect that. This is my first time going to anything like this. I've been a casual, kind of casual armchair, some interest in the topic type person. I got much more interested in the last year and started, devouring books. And I thought, I'm maybe going to start a podcast on this. I should go attend the big deal and see, what that leads to. And I've been to a lot of work conferences and stuff like that, and this just blew all of them out of the water. And I was really, really surprised. I did not think that all these major authors, people that have been kind of the big talking head spokespersons in the topic for 30 years, I didn't think that they would interact personally with people. I thought they'd get up on stage, give their talk, and disappear. But it's not like that. You take these major figures, the authorities in the scene, and it's like they're at their table selling their books and signing copies and talking with people. They're rubbing shoulders in the dining hall.
So it's like Comic-Con, but even more personal.
Yeah, exactly. It's not, behind a paywall. Like if you get the VIP ticket, you can meet the author or whatever. It's just they're hanging out, and they stay after hours. There's sort of a bar and outdoor patio and poolside hangout area, and all these people were hanging out after, just talking. I saw Travis Walton, one of the most famous abductees in all of history. He was sitting there playing guitar, singing bluegrass and folk songs around the campfire with everybody afterwards. So, yeah.
Wait a minute.
So
wait a minute. Can you remind them who Travis Walton is?
Yeah. So I'm going to show a picture of him and go through some of the stuff. I've got some photos to present from the experience for people to see. So, but just yeah. So Travis Walton in the 70s was a lumberjack out west. I forget what state is it. Anyway, it's one of the western coastal states, and he was driving home in a truck with several friends when they saw, crazy bright light off the road in the middle of nowhere in a field, and they stopped and.
I'm sorry to interrupt you again.
Yeah. But
I would start with, it was a movie called Fire in the Sky.
Yes, if you've seen Fire in the Sky, yeah, it's a cool movie. Thank you for pointing that out.
No problem. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
You know that. So anyway.
I was gonna say, do you want to pull pictures up while I'm here? Or do you want to just tell me when you're gonna do it?
Let me go ahead and present, so you can go do your thing with sorting. Okay.
Yes, Michael Russell, the movie Fire in the Sky was based on that. Yes.
Right. And he talked a little bit about the movie. Let's see here. Which one am I looking for?
And just so you know where you left off when I had to interrupt with the movie, because I knew some of them was not going to connect it without the movie name. You were saying that he was driving home in a truck with his friends.
Right.
And that's the last thing you said.
Okay. I may have to pick that up in a minute, because let me start with these pictures, because I'm explaining as an order here. Okay. I saw him talk. It was one of the very first things at the conference I saw, so I'll pick that up in just a second. So am I presenting here?
You are.
Okay, so just a funny photo I had to show, because this is what I had to do before I left. A giant lightning-struck tree fell in my side yard perfectly between the houses, and thank God did not hit my house or my neighbors, and I had to chainsaw that before I left. So there's what I was doing right before the conference. I just thought that was a funny picture.
And that is why he missed one of the weeks with the show, because he was exhausted from doing that.
Yeah, exactly. And I was thinking about the Mandela effect on this trip, so it was my first time in an airport for a while. I went ahead and snapped the photo of these crazy way the stupid engines are on an airplane now, how they stick out. That is just not at all how I remember why do they do that?
Do you remember the wings like that, flipping up at the ends?
On some planes, I had that, but not all of them, right?
For me, they were never like that.
No?
They just all changed. Now, I live...
Do they all have that now? I wasn't paying attention to that wingtip up thing.
99% do. 1%, like, really, really big, like ones that go, like, to Europe and stuff. Sometimes do not. But...
Well, I would say mostly they didn't have that. But I did play Flight Simulator back in the 90s, and, remember some did, but it was like an option you could pick.
Really? Did you know
Yeah,
that sometimes they flip up and down at the same time?
no, but the
Yeah.
engine, I snapped this for the engine being so far forward, and I was just like, what? That still looks weird and wrong. I don't know what's up with that.
Absolutely.
That's so weird. Okay, so this trip, I got resistance in both directions. It was a heck of a trip. I've never in my life suffered from, you know, the airline nightmares where you get, stuck somewhere. But in each direction on this trip, I got stranded at an airport overnight, both ways. It was like a 36-hour journey each direction because weather and flight cancellations over and over again, and got stuck. It was totally exhausting. So I had to work
You only
for it.
told me one way. You had to do it
Yeah, I got
twice.
stuck on the way home. That's why I was so dead and missed another week. So, all right. Okay, so here we are. I missed the first day, actually, because of that. But I got there just in time to go see Travis Walton. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, so there's Travis giving his talk. You can see Fire in the Sky, the Walton Experience. That's the film that was made about him. So in the 70s, he was a lumberjack. He was driving home after a day's work with some of his buddies. And it's nighttime, and they see a crazy light on the side of the road in this field. There's a big UFO hovering. They stop, and they're just gawking at it. And for some reason, this compulsion comes over him. He just jumps out of the truck and walks up to it. And they're like, "Travis, come back. What are you doing? Get back here." And he just goes right up to it. And this beam of light blasts him from the ship in the chest and knocks him through the air 10 or 15 feet. And he just lands motionless on the ground. All his friends think he's dead. They're like, "That thing just killed him. Let's get out of here." And they just gun it and take off. And, left him for dead. And,
That's horrible.
well, I mean, what they saw was terrifying. I mean, just imagine, like, your friend jumps out of the truck, a UFO is there, and beam hits him in the chest, and he flies through the air and then lands motionless. He's just lying there.
I know,
You're gonna stick around?
Well, yeah. I mean, you also have to think about soldiers in war. They watch their friend get killed, and they still run back and get them.
Well, these guys didn't sign up for this,
They did not. They did not. You're absolutely right there. I'll give you that.
It's just out of nowhere. The most unimaginable thing happens. So they flee in terror. And then, I mean, to their credit, 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, they're talking over, what should we do? And one of them is like, "Guys, we got to go back. We can't just leave him. We got to go find out if he's dead or he's okay or what. We can't just abandon, our coworker and friend." So they drive back to the spot, and he's gone. No trace. And so they go back to town and drive straight to the police station, and they tell the cops, "Hey, we were driving home, and this UFO showed up and blasted our friend with a beam, and he flew through the air, landed on the ground. We got the hell out of there, and then we came back half an hour later, and he's gone, and we don't know what the heck happened." And they're like, right.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as it turns out, Travis Walton had an altercation with one of them earlier in the day. Had actually gotten in a fight with one of those guys. And as they start a search investigation, find nothing. Eventually, the police are starting to suspect a homicide. Like, actually, these guys killed Travis,
Right.
And that's what really happened. And they made up this dumb story to conceal it. But why would you go report, anything if you just murdered your friend? Why would you go drive to the police station and report a UFO? That's totally absurd. Anyway, basically a homicide investigation starts to open up, and Travis is nowhere to be found, and days are going by, and these guys are sticking to their story. They're all telling the same story, even though it's absurd. And they agree to take a polygraph test. They all pass the polygraph test, but it doesn't really matter. The local officials are they're going to press forward. So 5 days go by. 5 days later, all of a sudden, they get a phone call from like a payphone somewhere, and it's Travis. And he's alive. He's bewildered. He doesn't quite know where he is, and he thinks that it's the next morning. In other words, Travis believes one night has gone past, but he's been gone for 5 days. And in the meantime, he had an experience of being on board a UFO and seeing some beings who he has, these strange encounters. He played with some of their controls. Now he says they healed him or something, and dropped him off again. But I'm a little fuzzy on this. I don't remember the details of his experience on board the ship.
So wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
So he was injured by the beam and they healed him?
That's how he interprets it now.
Mm-hmm.
When he originally told the story, it was like, I was attacked by these monsters and they kidnapped me. In other words, I think he's rationalized the story over the time. Originally, he was traumatized.
Yeah.
What's that?
Like Stockholm syndrome.
Exactly. Over the years, he's kind of come to blame himself. He's like, I got too close, so that was my fault, and so they blasted me.
Did he reemerge in the same town that he went missing in, or did he pop up somewhere across the country? Because I remember a story just about like this, but the guy ended up like multiple states away from where he started.
It was not the same town. He was some distance away. I can't remember how far. I think you're talking about the same story, probably. This is a very famous case.
Was he married?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I think the guy in the story I remember was married, because I remember his wife being involved in the search, and all of a sudden he calls up and he says, I don't know how I got here, but I'm like in California somehow. Like you said, days later.
Yeah, it could be. That's very, very similar, if not the same. So I'm a little fuzzy on some of these details. But he's got a book by the name Fire in the Sky. I bought it and he autographed it for me.
Awesome.
So I got to talk to him personally a little bit. He's very soft-spoken. I think there were like 4 or 5 friends, 4 or 5 guys that were all witnesses to this, and they all stuck to their story. And he says, none of us wanted this. This has been very uncomfortable for all of us. And at this conference, he sort of talked a little bit about how all those other people have handled it over the years, and some have sort of disappeared and gone underground, and some have kind of come up with weird rationalizations,
Sure.
And just none of them really wanted that limelight. So that's been awkward for all of them, he said. Anyway, obviously they dropped the homicide charges, but this is one of the best documented abductions ever, because he was missing for all that time. And, they all were telling the same story. And then he just drops out of nowhere. He shows up again.
Well, I have some interesting news for you tonight. In your segment tonight, there's supposedly, now the guy says that's not what happened, but he could have had his memory, erased. You don't know. But supposedly we have an abduction on a Ring camera where the guy is just walking and then he just zooms off into the sky. So.
And it's caught on camera?
Yeah.
That's wild. Normally, you see cameras get disabled. You know.
Yeah, they glitch out.
Yeah. So I mean, one prominent aspect of this that lines up with so many abduction experiences is there's missing time. There's a time discrepancy, right? There's either his memory was wiped or erased for part of it, or time behaves differently, you know, on the craft versus on the planet. Hard to know what's going on there, but I mean, he experienced 1 day of time and he came back and it was 5 days later, which is just wild.
Trauma can do that too. Your mind will like fracture and retreat from it and deny it and blank out the whole space and all that.
That's true as well. That there can be like dissociation. Okay, so if anyone's into the UFO topic, this is Linda Moulton Howe. I got a closer picture here. She's kind of one of the OGs of the scene. This is the woman that broke the whole story of cattle mutilations back in the 70s.
Oh, wow. Okay, so
yeah.
I don't know her, but I know about that. So. And
yeah, she's been a UFO researcher for like 40 years. So I was hanging out talking to her after her talk right there. And this is just how close you can get to these people. One of the reasons I was excited to go to this conference was this is Kelly Chase and her two collaborators on a podcast called it's called the UFO Rabbit Hole. And if you're new to the subject or you're interested to get into it, the UFO Rabbit Hole is it's just an amazing podcast that's like a great step-by-step introduction, really well written, through composed, topical episodes. There's about 20 some of them. And, she just gently brings you into the subject. And I'm thinking about starting a podcast, so I wanted to get, her advice. And that guy on the right there is J. Christopher King. By, circumstance or providence, coincidence, synchronicity, whatever you want to call it, Jay was stranded with me at the airport. So I met him on the way to the conference, got to know him, actually ended up taking a taxi with him to the conference. So I got like an inside I got an inside connection to this group, and I got to hang out with them throughout the entire conference pretty much. So we became friends, which is pretty amazing. Here's me hanging out at their live podcast episode that they did on site, which is a lot of fun. They gave us all silent disco headphones to listen along. Here's what the town looks like. I was amazed how much I enjoyed the desert. Didn't think I'm a desert guy, but look at the beauty of this place. You got mountains, and this is a presentation by Yvonne Smith, who's one of the most well-known. She's someone that's been doing the hypnotic regressions for abductees for decades. And so she was telling their experiences, but her talk also included kind of the backlash that can happen to witnesses when they tell their stories and stuff. Or in this case, this is one of two brothers. He actually worked for NASA, and then he came out with a story of his own eyewitness experience of UFOs. He wrote this book. And after that, he started getting harassed. And so she had pictures that he took of helicopters buzzing his house and harassing him, and stalkers. And this is a what he called a woman Men in Black.
I didn't know Men in Black employed women.
Yeah, right. So sitting right out in front of his mailbox, with a telephoto lens, snapping pictures of his house. And they very much let him know, we know what you're up to. We're watching you. There's a story about just helicopters buzzing his house and people with guns hanging out of the open door, like snipers, or with cameras. And I didn't get a picture of that slide, but so I've heard these stories in the past, and I always thought, I don't know about that stuff, or even is it something like in John Keel? If you read the works of John Keel, you kind of get lost in this labyrinth world where is it a real physical object, or is it a sort of hallucination, or even just sort of the aliens themselves kind of materializing and in different forms and making it look like, well, anyway, basically physical proof that real people were stalking him after he wrote this book. She told a story about this guy who had an encounter and then had never sculpted in his life and just had a compulsion that he wanted to sculpt the alien he'd seen. So he made this, which is like, holy cow. How is that your first attempt?
I'm going to say, it looks a lot like the, it's got the head shape is a lot like in the movie Alien, or another movie I've seen.
Is that an Independence Day? Something looks like this, maybe? I can't remember.
Maybe that's what it is.
I've seen this before somewhere too. Yeah,
Independence Day. Yeah.
That's a real weird one.
Without that hooded part comes from Aleister Crowley and Lob in the beginning.
Oh, okay. You know some stuff. I see.
I've been around.
Yeah. So that was
Can you
the
go
book.
back for a second?
Yeah. So which one?
The alien head.
Yeah.
Is that hair?
Let's zoom in. I think that's just something in the background, maybe.
It looks like a mustache too, though. Okay, that's the. It's
not sure
like
what that
crack
is.
Or something in the wall.
Yeah, is it behind it or coming off of it? I can't quite tell, but it's amazing that if you've never sculpted in your life, how in the world? See, that's one of the weird things. It's kind of like Close Encounters of the Third Kind or whatever. People that have these contacts sometimes become suddenly artistic. They have these newfound skills. I mean, I couldn't make that thing.
Well, there's something tied to organ donations and blood transfusions that people get skills from people that they get blood transfusions from.
Really?
That sort of thing. So that might be
as
simple as that. So if abductions are real and they're doing transfusions or some kind of blending or mixing or whatever, that could be why.
That's fascinating.
I've heard of people getting blood transfusions and suddenly they can paint or play piano that they've never played before.
That's crazy. I've heard that
they get urges for food they used to hate. Shit like that.
I've heard a little bit of whispers of stuff like that with heart transplants.
Yeah.
But I had never heard to that extent. So that's the book that guy wrote, Into the Blue, if you're interested. I don't know much about him, but so one of the things Yvonne spoke about, and again, she's the one that's doing hypnotic regressions for decades of people that have missing time and think they may have had an abduction or whatever, these contactees. And kind of the big point that she made at her talk was a new thing is happening where she's hearing over and over again from people this sense of urgency that something big is coming.
Mm-hmm.
And so here's a regression, and basically this one, I got to warn you guys, this is not just hypnotic regression. This is essentially channeling. So they did a hypnotic session and got this message. There are alien beings who want to connect with you through Christina, and this is what they said. The beings who want to tell you that there is indeed an urgency. Everything is happening much quicker. You have been prepared with your group, and that's the kind of contactee group that she runs, that they talk about their experiences, Zero. There will be alien beings entering your planet very soon. It was agreed in 2025, but the energy is quickening, so it might be earlier. Just be prepared that your life might get a bit turbulent. You will be well known as an expert on behalf of these beings. Be prepared. Not in an alarming way, but everything you want to do before the storm starts, do it now. Even the White House will be interested in what you have to say about these beings. You are going to be their channel. It will be accelerating for both sides. So, channeled messages have a long history of being, of making prophecies that don't come true. But there are a lot of people throwing imminent dates around for maybe something's happening.
Yes, but I will also say there are a lot of people who say they've been here forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. But this would be this is kind of and they're going to go ahead and show themselves to everyone, or the government is going to be forced to reveal it or something. There's a lot of momentum right now about the reality of this interaction coming out. So take that with a grain of salt for sure. But
yeah, especially like with the mall that happened in Miami.
Right. There's a lot of weird stuff going on.
There was something, but no one knows what it was.
It's worth noting that I've been tracking the speeding up of time since 2016, and we just hit 300% for those of us that care, which it seems that relatively few people do.
Well, it feels that way. Like I can't ever get anything done.
We hit 200% on December 16th, 2022, speeding up exponentially, I feel, towards some sort of a nexus point. And we just hit 300% on June 6th. But nobody seems to care, which is so weird to me, dude.
I mean, South America moved.
The community does
1,500 miles and nobody notices. It's like,
well, wait. There is something. Like I have a series of videos, not many of them, but I have a series. YouTubers affected by the Mandela effect, and one of them is a YouTuber named Toddy Westbrook, and she's a beauty YouTuber. Mm-hmm. Yet she sits there and talks about how every time she sees 1111 everywhere she goes, and 11s and 11s, and it feels like time is speeding up. Doesn't it feel like time is speeding up? So I think people are noticing. It's just that we don't hear them talk about it.
Yeah, and like the repeating numbers thing is something that happens to people when they get involved in weird stuff, when
they start waking up. Yep.
And that's another. Just to finish the thoughts on Yvonne Smith and her. I mean, she was really saying something new is happening among experiencers, and they're all kind of coming up at the same time with this message of urgency. And she said, it's like people are just waking up out of this sleep. They're all losing interest in their job. They just can't focus at work, and this sense that something big and important is happening, and who cares about, this boring tedium. And I have to say, that's what happened to me last summer. I just got suddenly bowled over by the Mandela effect. Woke up one day in a different world, I swear. Twilight Zone experience.
That's how it feels. Yeah.
And everything was different, and the history was changed, and, the flags weren't the same, and countries aren't in the right place, and I was just stunned. And how do you go to work every day and do your boring job when reality shifted and no one noticed?
Yeah,
that's how I feel. I feel like, how do people see this stuff and ignore it, or it annoys them, or they don't want to hear about it?
I truly don't. I don't understand.
I don't understand either.
It's rough. Anyway, to go back, I want to work through these. I want to take up all your time with my slideshow, but this very old man in the middle that looks like Dr. Farnsworth from oh shoot, what show am I talking about? The Futurama, right? Good news, everyone. Yeah. This is Dr. Russell Targ. If you've been in the kind of conspiracy world for a while, and you're aware of some of the CIA projects in the 70s, you might have heard of Project Stargate.
Yep.
And America's attempt to develop psychic spies. So this was the lead guy on that project.
Yep.
He was a laser physicist that got involved in ESP and remote viewing, and his TED talk on the subject was banned. But there he was signing books. He must be 90 something. I mean, look at that guy.
Yeah.
So again, just how
Okay.
close you can get to these people is amazing.
Really quickly, Euler Greg says, I saw a UFO that was the size of the sports stadium a few hundred feet away from me. It was very real.
Wow. Yeah. Unbelievable. I've been yakking away. I've not been looking at the chat, so I apologize, guys. I'm going 90 miles an hour here.
Yeah, I can't keep up with chat either when we're streaming.
But look at how gorgeous this place is. It's unbelievable.
It is beautiful. But
Okay.
honestly, it just reminds me of Florida just left wet.
Well, it was like 105, Sandy. It was 105. But it's a dry heat, like they say, but still you're getting baked. But it gets comfortable in the evening. It's like a 40-degree drop almost, or it's 35,
See, that's the thing. You don't get relief here.
Right.
On the East Coast, you do not get relief.
It's too humid here.
Hot. Yeah.
Where are you at, Chris?
I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina, so I'm in the swamp. Southeast. I'm in Hurricane Alley here.
Yeah, dude.
Right on the coast.
Nice.
The southeastern corner of North Carolina.
The coast part is cool.
Yeah, it's a cool place. And if you're into this topic, if anyone is, this is the home of Diana Walsh Pasulka, who wrote the book American Cosmic. She's a religious studies professor that's been examining the UFO topic from a history of religion angle, which is very fascinating. But for our audience, this guy is important. One of the things that's cool about this UFO conference, Contact in the Desert, is it's a big tent gathering that includes sort of a lot of weird alternative communities. So you get people that are looking at, alternative history and possibly ancient civilizations. How were the pyramids built? Were they power plants? You get people presenting on ancient giants and the Nephilim. You get a little of everything. And this guy, Anthony Peake, deals with consciousness and time, and Philip K. Dick, which is totally relevant to our community. So I saw him give an intensive talk on Philip K. Dick and his novels and his experience of time. And Philip K. Dick had these crazy experiences where he would just sort of get downloads from his daimon. He was kind of just channeling, or he sort of had a muse. Yep. And he would write these novels, and later on stuff that he wrote would actually happen.
That's terrifying to me. That makes me think of demons.
Well, it might be. It probably is. But
that's what Crowley said. They're demons, but we'll call them something else in the future.
Who said that?
Crowley.
Oh, Crowley. Yeah. Right. You just can't disentangle those two things in this subject, in my opinion.
So when we talk about UFOs, we're talking about all scale. For some reason, people always think of ships, vessels, large enough to carry people or whatever. But I see what you would classify as unidentified flying objects on every scale, from microscopic to human size to ship size. I catch them on video camera all the time. Some of them, they behave like you would expect classes of beings to. So there's some that I class as insectoid. They fly. There's some that move like flounders and manta rays. How they
cool.
How they ripple down a large horizontal fin. There are things.
You film these things
that swim around like that, dude. Yeah, I've got them on film. Tons of them.
Oh wow, we need to talk more. We're gonna have to meet in the. We're gonna have to talk off stage.
I have a lamppost in my driveway that when it's lit at night, an orb will come up and just glow as a like a silver sphere next to it for a long time, and then nothing happens. So it goes over and it wraps around the light post like an octopus, and you can see it changes the color of it. Like it has a thickness property, like a density or whatever. And it's trying to tease the lamp to come out and play with it, dude. And it mimics the lamp before it's all over. It mimics the lamp identically. Like it's okay. Now I look just like you. Will you come play with me? It's freaking
Looking for a mate, maybe?
yeah, dude. If I put up a
That's
new camera,
crazy.
it draws in so many entities like I can't see for the number of entities. Like there'll be 1,000 entities blocking the view of the camera because they're all like, "What's this new thing with an infrared light?" I like it.
Mr.
Well, that's-
Super, you need to start a TikTok account and put all that stuff up on TikTok. You will
Yeah.
get so many
I have
views.
so much of that stuff.
We need to see
collected,
some
but
of that.
I didn't want to pollute my channel with it. I knew what I wanted to do with my channel, but yeah, you're right. I should start
Separate
a
channel.
separate
We need to
channel.
see that. That's amazing. And
Yes, but
because you know, if you get into the paranormal topic, and all these different things tend to be camera shy. They usually evade cameras or disable them. So if you're
Nothing.
actually catching them, that's kind of a rarity.
I have some where I've had them in frame on camera for multiple hours, so many as maybe 4 hours at a time.
Wow.
Where they either don't move or they do very little in that time frame. It's ridiculous, dude.
So, wow, that's amazing. There's so much to learn. Love all you guys. We're gonna have to talk more backstage, but back to
there's
Anthony.
a question. Really quick,
Okay.
there's a question. Does anyone know what the Texas Cube is?
Texas Cube.
Yeah, it's a question from Preliminal. What is the Texas Cube? Is it related to the Yellow Cube quantum computer? I don't even know what that is, so I
I'm
have
not
no
familiar with-
idea.
I don't know anything about any of those.
But I think it's something Rodney was talking about. I'm going back up in the chat. Oh,
Okay.
Rodney said, has anyone seen the Texas Cube? You keep talking, I'll Google it.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, I'm not familiar with that one, but this world is just overwhelming. I mean, it's impossible to take it all in. So this conference was just a flood, as a torrent of information. I was scribbling notes as fast as I could at all these talks, and
That excites me, Chris, because I don't think the truth should ever be pigeonholed. And people that choose one topic and that's all they want to talk about, they're never going to arrive at what truth really is, because truth is more complex than that. It's not one topic.
Well, Mr. Super Sidewinder, you couldn't have possibly done a better tagline for the podcast that I hope to start. It's in the works, but I'm going to start a podcast called Answers in the Anomalies, and we're going to be an interdisciplinary paranormal exploration.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. We're going to look at Mandela effect, UFOs, cryptids, giants, alternative history, everything. Time, consciousness, religion, theology. I really do think you have to zoom out, and it's all there. Each one is a little puzzle piece. It just, reality is not what we were taught.
That's a fact.
It does not fit. It breaks out. It breaks out through the boundaries, and there's all these bizarre anomalies, and the whole history of science is paying attention to the data that does not fit the paradigm. That's when the scientific revolutions occur, as people that pay attention to what doesn't fit the narrative. And I think that's what our community is doing. We're waking up, we're paying attention. We've noticed, we trust ourselves. It's like, I have just dead certain childhood memories. I was sat there and stared for hours at objects in mirror, maybe closer than they appear. And I sat there and wondered as a kid, why aren't they sure? And we made jokes about that in my Boy Scout troop, and now it's just gone. And you can't tell me I didn't see that. And why would I invent such a bizarre phrase?
Right.
And so it's paying attention to the stuff that doesn't fit. Those are the clues that our big picture is wrong, that something needs to be adjusted. When the data doesn't fit the paradigm, it's not the data that you throw out. it's the paradigm that needs to be revised.
Exactly.
So I think we need to pay attention to all the different areas where the data doesn't fit. And that's why this will be called Answers in the Anomalies, because I truly believe the answer lies in the anomalies. You know, my little tagline will be the search for the unified field theory of high strangeness, you know. But anyway, so thank you for that accidental plug. I think it will be highly interested to everyone in this topic. We got to listen to the other weird areas as well. You know, if you're into Mandela, check out, check out cryptids, ghosts, UFOs, time slips. We're all into time slips already, but which brings me back to my topic at hand here. This slide, Anthony Peake was giving a lecture on consciousness and time, and fascinating stuff. He spoke a little bit about the condition of people who have a certain type of epilepsy, severe epilepsy. In some cases, there's a type of what is it called? Temporal lobe epilepsy, TLE. And it's like the two halves of the brain aren't talking to each other, and they each act independently. And so he was in the presence of, because he's interested in these types of experiences. So he was in the presence of someone that had that condition. And what happens basically is they almost have two personalities, because it's the right brain and the left brain kind of vying for control. And sometimes they just have what's called a temporal lobe seizure. And what happens is they just sort of blank out. Like they're talking and they just, it's like almost like they're in friction. The two halves are not speaking to each other, and they just sort of, in the middle of a sentence, they're gone, you know, and then sometimes something bubbles up. So he was having this conversation with this old woman who had this condition, and she just blanked out for a second, clearly is having this type of seizure. And in that moment, she said, "What's he doing here? He's not supposed to be here." And Anthony's looking around like, "What are you talking about? Doesn't make any sense." And like 5 seconds later, she comes back to herself, and her son walks through the door. And she says the exact same thing. "What's he doing here? He's not supposed to be here." Like, she had no idea her son was coming to visit. And she had just basically prophesied or experienced it 5 seconds in advance during a seizure. And then it happened.
That's weird.
And that's actually common for people to have these weird time anomalies with seizures. My own best friend, my best man in my wedding, was diagnosed with an epileptic condition, and he's told me a little bit about having these weird time experiences of seeing the future, but he's super cagey about it. It freaked him out so much he won't talk about it openly. But this talk kind of confirmed that that's going on. So, just so much crazy stuff. Here's another picture outside, just the beauty of the place. And the next one, I just want to. It's such a weird crowd for me as an Orthodox Christian. I felt a little out of my element. You know, you get a lot of alternative. You get a lot of like alternative medicine and like just new age spirituality. You can buy crystals. You can get someone to do a fortune telling with a crystal skull. You can get it's just an amalgam of all the stuff that's outside the mainstream all at once. And just here's what the nightlife is like at this place. Just a drum circle erupted out of nowhere with a couple people playing didgeridoo. I just thought it was fun. So Yeah. This is Stephen Bassett. He's a major authority on government cover up and um, when is disclosure going to happen. And then I wanted to show this one because if you're into the
Really
UFO
quickly,
scene at all,
really quickly, I've seen that book, but really quickly, I will check it out. I'm actually going to be talking about, well, Chris will be talking about in the segment. I have 2 moons tonight, so it's interesting. The things you guys are mentioning in the chat are syncing up with the stuff in the presentation folders. I just wanted to point that out, but I will check it out. And I also wanted to say really quickly that, oh shoot, I've added a folder of the Texas cube. So if you guys were wondering about that, we will show the Texas cube when we're done this presentation.
nice.
Sorry, go ahead.
And I'm near the end here. This is close to the very end, but Communion by Whitley Strieber is absolutely a seminal work in ufology. This is one of the most famous abduction accounts ever, and basically the cover of that book, with this creepy picture that's always freaked me out my whole life, is the moment when the gray aliens became a household, concept. So Whitley Strieber is an abductee. His experiences, he had weird experiences throughout his life, but the main ones that inspired this book, I believe, were in the late 70s. This book came out in the 80s. And he just had a kind of horrific experience of these things showing up in his bedroom and, taking him up in a craft. He had partial memories of it. They probed him. They, took samples. They extracted semen, etc. This is the origin story of the archetypal abductee experience, right? So he was there at the conference. I got to meet him. I bought the book and got him to sign it. And he's a understated, charismatic. I don't know. He's just, you meet him and he's not crazy. But this guy is one of the most important figures in the entire UFO alien world. And he's right there giving talks, signing his books. And I was hanging out with him after hours, sitting at a table outside, having a beer. And he was telling a story of, so he's still visited to this day. Apparently, he's got some sort of agreement with these beings that he does a meditation at 3 a.m. every night, which, if you ask me, is ultra creepy because that's the witching hour. But they basically come and wake him up in various ways, including poking and prodding. And he actually read a poem at this conference about being woken up by an invisible entity kissing him on the lips.
I have another word for that. That's not good.
Yeah, lots of red flags going up for me, but but anyway, I heard him tell a couple kind of important things. One, he said it's okay if he misses one night, like if he decides not to get up because he's too tired. At 2 nights skipping, he gets nervous. And if he skips a 3rd night, he gets punished by the beings. Like he gets physically abused and stuff. Like they beat him.
Oh my God.
And he also, so anyway, I'm hanging out after hours and
if he doesn't do what?
If he doesn't get up and do a meditation.
Oh, to commune with him.
Yeah. And so he has all these ongoing interactions throughout his life. But anyway, I'm sitting there after hours at like, this is probably 9:30 or 10 at night. We're hanging out near the pool and just talking. And he's telling a story. He's to the people at the table, he just rolls up his pant leg for a second and shows this bump on his calf. And he's like, yeah, this is the spot where they inject me with the needle because I've become allergic to them over the years. So they have to give me this injection that helps me not to be allergic and also keeps me energetic and young. And he's 80 something now, but he's still out on these tours and doing. I was shocked when he found out he was over 80. He looked about 71 to me. You know,
You're a little muffled, Chris. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I don't know either.
Try talking.
Can you hear me?
Yep, hear you now.
Okay, let me boost this.
But we could hear you. It was just
Closer.
muffled. That's all.
All right, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there. But anyway, yeah. So apparently, he's got this scar raised bump thing on his leg that he showed us, which is where the gray aliens inject him with some kind of serum that helps keep him youthful and makes him not allergic. I mean, just how bizarre is all that? But that's what going to this conference is like. You're meeting the major figures in the scene and getting this kind of personal time is incredible. I did not expect anything like that. So I'm glad I went, but it was totally overwhelming and kind of mind-blowing. Actually, this is my last slide, I think. So yeah, if there's any questions that have come up in the chat, I'm happy to answer, but I've gone on for quite a long time on this. It was just a fascinating experience. It was like entering another world. And, you know, if anyone's interested in this topic, I would advise going, but I would, you know, for me personally, I was being very cautious. I was saying prayers. I didn't want to have anything to do with, you know, any weird, you know, spirituality going on there. So
anything against God.
It's like pray up and guard up.
Thank you for sharing this with us. It's a really good presentation. Very solid, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So my pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we did. I do have in the chat at the end right now, Micah Rustin saying, I wanted to go years ago. And Euler Greg said, awesome story. Thanks. And guys, hello, I'm for Christ. And now we are going to, before we do the segment, Chris, I want to do one folder because Preliminal is here and it's basically for Preliminal. So,
okay, hang on. Noise Guru made a joke that insiders only will get. If Corey Good is there, he can get you a trip to Moonbase 16. So Corey Good is one of the grifters of the scene, who made up a bunch of fake stories about a secret space program that he, you know, went to other planets and back, and they reversed aged him 20 years, and ultimately he got called out in court. He had to admit that it was what he called, quote, his intellectual property, and he had made it all up, basically. So, yeah,
so there's a story of fiction.
There's a lot of nonsense in this community too, and it becomes very difficult to sort out truth from fiction sometimes. Very much so.
Chris, would you mind going into Flickr and presenting?
Let me pull that up. Yeah. In the meantime,
there was an issue with login, so I'm curious if it's going to work for you.
Euler Greg, question: are aliens affected by the Mandela effect, and could that be the reason for disclosure? Well, that's above my pay grade. What I'll say, guys, is that the UFO community is not super aware of the Mandela effect. I wore intentionally my Mandela effect shirts. I've got a big Fruit of the Loom logo that says Mandela effect. I wore that around. People kind of got a kick out of that shirt, but a lot of them, Sandy, had been psyoped by what you were talking about last night. You know, I heard 3 times at least when I wore that shirt around. Oh yeah, but they found you know, tags recently that showed that did exist back whenever, you know.
Muddy
I wish you knew a way to send the presentation to those people.
Yeah. But in general, our communities do not talk enough to each other. This is why we need the more interdisciplinary stuff. I'm no longer logged into Flickr, it looks like, Sandy. So you might have to send me the password again.
Oh, I don't mind sending it to you. It's just a matter of, I hope everything's okay. I think Flickr had an issue earlier. Or there were too many attempts. Because Hebrew...
Yeah, maybe you got too many people in your account.
No, it's not that. It's that Hebrew put in the wrong password several times. And I think they...
That's probably it. You've been locked out now.
Yeah, so I'm going to send it to you. Give me a second because I have to take a photo of it. And then I'm going to send it right to you on Messenger.
Want me to play a song while you get that together? Now that we worked out how we can do it?
Yes, we can do that. Yes. That would be great. So guys, take a 5-minute break. Well, and I don't know how long Mr. Super Sidewinder's song is. However long Mr. Super Sidewinder's song is, we're going to take that break. Because I just recovered the photo and I don't see it. Where are you hiding?
It's ready to share, I think. Yep.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to my live report from Contact in the Desert.
That was wonderful.
It was very good. Thank you, Chris. All right, adding Mr. Super Sidewinder to the stage. You are up on the stage.
I could settle down and be doing just fine until I see the old train rolling down that line. Then I hurry straight home and back. If I didn't go, you know I'd blow my stack. Well, I love you, babe, but you gotta understand that when the Lord made me, He made a rambling man. Now some folks might say that I'm no good, that I wouldn't settle down even if I could. Well, I love you, babe, but you gotta understand that when the Lord made me, He made a rambling man. I sounds passing by in the ride these rails beneath God's blue sky. I love to see the mountains to the sea. That's the life I believe He meant for me. So when I'm gone, and by my grave you stand, just say God's called home His rambling man.
That was really nice. I liked it. Great job.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And no problems for Chris getting into Flickr. So that's great news too.
Yeah.
Nice.
I I just want to say I just had a chance to scroll through some of the comments because I couldn't look at them all while I was presenting, and I just wanted to highlight one thing from Preliminal in the chat. He had a precognizant dream about 9/11 2 days before it happened.
Yes, I had it on the screen earlier, but I'll put it back.
Okay,
Oh,
I missed
can't
that.
see it anymore.
Yeah, I
It's
missed
gone.
that. But wow, a dream about 2 towers with people. My body was 2 giant skyscrapers, a left side and a right side, with tiny humans falling out of the windows all over each side. That is wild.
It is.
Creepy.
What do you want? I have not. Okay, so my uncle Vincent, right before he passed away, it was I would say it was, you know what? I don't know the exact date, but it was in 2000. Actually, I don't even know what day it was. It was before September 11th. Okay, we're just gonna say that. I'll find out from my dad when he died. I think it was in 2000, but I can't be sure. But I remember we went to visit him in the hospital right before he died, and he was describing 9/11 to us, and we just thought he was, what's the word? Not hallucinating. Delirious. That's what we just thought he was delirious. So that freaked me out when it happened because I immediately thought back to what he was saying to us in the hospital. We were trying to reassure him that everything was fine. There was nothing going on. Everything was good, and everything was good at the time. But he did describe 9/11 in his deathbed, which is kind of crazy. Years beforehand.
In retrospect, I had this is very, very sad, Lord have mercy, but I had a precognizant dream about my aunt who committed suicide. And I had a dream about a tornado that came through, and it was very gruesome. Like, I basically saw her head on the lawn, which was somehow still alive. And I said, "You can't die. I have to know your story." And then I didn't even know. I found out later that she committed suicide.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I got to warn you, you can't say that word on YouTube, so we might get in trouble for that.
Well,
I might have to cut that out.
Sorry. I don't know the
No, it's
YouTube
okay.
rules. I don't know the
I
censorship.
You can't say the S word. That's why we'll say all sorts of ways around it. The S word you could say, just like the R word. You can't say the R word.
You gotta tell me what these words are, and you gotta instruct me, Sandy. I'm a innocent soul here.
Yes, Jen C is telling you unalived. She unalived herself.
I see.
That's what we have to say. So just in case someone's watching this on the replay, Chris McTee was recounting a dream where his aunt, her head was on the lawn from a tornado. That was a dream, not real life YouTube, but found out later that she had unalived herself. So
Yeah.
just in case I had to cut it. A little recap there.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Probably YouTube.
But
not your fault.
That's my one. Yeah.
There should be nothing wrong with saying that word.
Precognizant experience. I have pulled up the Texas Cube, whatever that is. If you want to switch to this.
Yes. So this is that full screen? Can you click the arrows?
This is as big as it gets, unfortunately. I tried to make it bigger. The first frame is small.
There's other pictures, but oh, thank you, Rodney. That's so nice. Let me put that on the screen. Rodney says forever by just giving Nibiru followers anonymous the time. They are generally normal people. They take pictures of the sky. I can't say that word, and darn it, I can't say that word either, is right there above us. I can't say it. I hate YouTube so much. But it's on the screen. You guys can see it. Thank you so much, Rodney. I really do appreciate it. I will put this back up because the pictures are small. We're going to leave it up for now. But
I can't make this any bigger.
That's okay.
What is this thing?
That is an unidentified flying object spotted in Texas that's called the Texas Cube.
Oh, it's in the air.
It's
I thought
in
this
there.
was like a Google Earth thing where we were looking down on a strange.
Well, for some reason, I think you started in the middle because there's a left arrow. Why is there a left arrow?
No, the first that was.
That's
There's
from
the
farther
first
away.
one,
Yes.
which was even worse.
There's one before that too. Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
No.
You
Yeah,
just got a
unfortunately, they're all-
donation, Sandy.
Huh?
You just got a donation in chat, $10.
It's on the screen. Yeah, I just said
Oh,
thank
okay.
you.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
There's
Okay.
the best one we've got.
All right, let me remove the comment for a minute. Now I want you to try something, Christopher. See if you can zoom in on that one.
Nope.
Okay, here's what I want you to do. On your computer, hold down Control and scroll up.
Yeah, that won't work on that one either. I don't know what's going on
Control
there.
scroll doesn't work?
Not on that one.
I mean, like scroll with your mouse. Scroll up while you're hitting Control button. Because it should make your whole screen get bigger. There you go. See?
I had to do that manually with the zoom function on the pull-down menu. I don't know
But
why.
hey, you still have the arrows there. Do they work? I don't think they work.
No.
Try hitting your arrow keys.
Oh, there we go. Hey.
Oh, there. There you go.
You can also zoom with Control plus and shrink with Control minus and go back to normal with Control 0.
That's working. Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's not interrupting. That's helping. Thank
Get
you.
as big as we can here.
How I roll.
So
apparently
it's just a
cube
flying cube.
Yes, it came out of the clouds and hovered.
Okay.
And it was covered not just like it was. They were talking about in the chat. It was covered by the sun. Like all these news outlets covered it.
Oh,
so
really?
It's got a lot of coverage. Yes.
So there are
That's,
multiple witnesses of this, I assume. And
It's the board.
yeah, and that's why it's called the Texas Cube. It's got a name
To
because
see
it's covered.
when this occurred.
I didn't see when it occurred. Let me see.
Year roughly.
I still have it. So give me a minute. The search results. 1 second.
Oh, look, Control 0 back to normal.
So I'll read the article. That's what I'll do. So hold on. This is the Express. Uh-oh. No videos.
You can change pages in the presentation with your cursor left and cursor right as well.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because it started playing a video and started bleeping me out. I put it on reader view. So this happened September 3rd, 2020. A UFO researcher has claimed to have discovered undeniable evidence that aliens are residing here on Earth and are monitoring our every movement. A person in Florida spotted a strange this is saying it's Florida, not Texas, but it comes up under Texas Cube.
Huh.
Oh no, the Florida one's different. It looks like a cloud, like a square cloud floating in the sky.
Kenrith, the Borg have arrived. Totally.
Let me get to this Texas Cube thing. So, all right, let me go back because that's obviously not the article I'm looking for, even though it showed that picture. Here we go, the Daily Mail. Let's try this one. Reader view. Show reader view. There is no reader view. Hold on. There it goes. No reader view. Do not play this video, I swear to you. Oh, it's only a video. Hold on, so the date is not here. Read article. Here we go. And now I can get a reader view. Nope. Still can't get one. All right, read articles disabled. Yep, it takes you right back to the videos. I'm gonna try another one. My goodness, it shouldn't be that hard.
I feel like this might be something to follow up on. And maybe let's go to
Well, I just got one here. Hold on for 1 second. It was El Paso, Texas, July 8th, 2015.
2015. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. For those who want to dig further, that's curious. I mean, that's very good footage. You know,
Yes.
if that's real and undoctored, you just never know with the stuff. Anything can be AI generated these days. We're in a whole new epistemological crisis world. But the more you get into this topic, pretty much everything is believable. It's like it's all happened before. All this crazy stuff. So
I'm
well
going to pin that
documented.
comment. I commented the Texas Cube El Paso and the date. So I'm going to pin that to the top. That way it's there. All right, so now we're going to jump to, if you could find the one that says Star Wars or Preliminal.
Okay.
Do you see that
folder? And then, you know what? I just remembered, I totally forgot that I had some very cool overlap stories between UFO and time slip stuff. I'll have to save that for another time. But I've got some podcast recommendations for people that are interested in the overlap between more like our topic with Mandela effect and time anomalies and the UFO world. And we were talking about Crowley earlier. That also overlaps. Enochian language. Crowley, there's a teaser for something else I got to tell you all about sometime. But, okay, Sandy, what am I looking for now?
Now I am, you're going to look for, oh shoot, the one that says Preliminal or Star Wars.
Album? Star Wars for Preliminal.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
I can't believe it doesn't let me pin the comment that Rodney left. I'm trying to, but it won't let me. I did give it a heart, though. That's good.
Do I need to present again?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I do have to hide this now. I'm sorry, because we're not going to be able to read. In the chat 2 nights ago now, Preliminal was telling us he remembers Star Wars coming out in 19... Okay. It's okay. Questions on the next one anyway. Coming out in 1976 instead of 1977.
This is like the Challenger shuttle stuff.
Yes or no? Does anyone share his memory? Do you remember Star Wars being released in 1976 instead of 1977? Now, I have no idea. Preliminal says midsummer 1976. It was released June 24th. 1977 in this timeline.
I couldn't say.
Yeah, I wasn't alive, so.
What were you gonna say? What did you say, Mr. Super Sidewinder?
Just that I couldn't say for sure.
You couldn't say. Okay. Yeah, I've only seen it after I was born too, and that's the thing. I was born in 76, but I didn't see it. The first time I saw it was in a theater, though. I believe it was the 20th anniversary. No, it couldn't have been.
You don't wait till the 90s. Come on now.
No,
that was on
it
TV.
was the 90s. No, it was the 90s.
First time you saw Star Wars? You didn't see like a VHS of...
I had seen Return of the Jedi and The Empire Strikes Back. I'd never seen the original.
Oh, wow.
Until the 90s.
I remember in the 90s when it came out back in theaters, my friends and I were pumped. We definitely saw all 3 back in theaters and we're so excited.
Right?
We're so excited to spot the new scenes that George Lucas had added. You know, that's a new one, man. That's a new one.
But here's the thing. I have to agree with Preliminal here. I remember it. I could have sworn. See, I saw it. Okay. So, all right, here's the thing. So, I'm going to give you a little personal details about me, a little backstory.
When was the 20th anniversary? That's the question, isn't it?
That's the thing. So here's the thing. So my boyfriend at the time, Jim, and I had broken up, and my friend Dave was like, "Come hang out with us," and I'm like, "All right, cool." So I ended up, hanging out at their apartment and technically moving in because it was across the street from my college. And I'm like, so I was living in their apartment I could swear it was 1996. Because Jim and I broke up before Christmas in 96.
When did
Like-
it supposedly come out? Now in this timeline? What month? 77 what?
June 24th, 1977. I don't remember being there until the summer of 97. That's the problem.
Interesting.
So I am on, it might be 76 for me. I don't know. Let me see what the chat is saying.
What are the years for the other two?
Oh, I don't. I think the other two was 79 and 81. I think I'm totally throwing numbers out there. I'm not sure.
All I know,
I
I
have
was
to look it up.
roughly in late junior high, 7th or 8th grade, and I graduated in 97 from 8th grade, but I can't pin it down specifically for the 20th anniversary back in theaters thing.
Jency was born in 97. Jency, you're probably one of my youngest viewers. That's awesome.
Very good year.
I'm downgrading from the update. Yes, I was. Let's see. I know, we're all old compared to Jency. I was 21. Gosh. I could be Jency's parent. Oh my gosh.
Gen Z is
That's
Gen
awesome,
Z.
though. Yeah, Gen Z is Gen Z. And Noise Guru says that I'm 27 years old no matter what I say.
From now on.
Okay, so 77 for Michael Russum, 79 for Suso. Hey, Suso.
But I shipped
79.
a lot.
Yeah.
Preliminal's got a specific memory there. Did you pull that one up already?
Which one?
It was after I finished 6th grade. That's why I remember it being summer 76.
I don't see it. I'm still looking. It might have been cut off, too. That could be the problem.
1:47 a.m. Maybe I'm slightly in the future. I'm 3 minutes in the future.
No, you're not. I know.
Come
what
on.
you
Please. I'm ahead of my
Yes, you gotta
time.
be. What happens is StreamYard chat is very short. It cuts off stuff after like 5-10 minutes. Aha, found it. It
Yeah,
was
there we
after
go.
I finished 6th grade. That's why I remember it being the summer of 76.
By the
And
way,
now I'm
now
getting a memory where it should have been 96 because that's when I was living with the guys.
Preliminal's name makes more sense now that we know about the precognitive Twin Towers dream.
I'll be away for about 10 minutes.
So, okay, no problem. Everjosh says my first thought was 79 also, to be honest. So Suso and Everjosh 79. All right, well, let's show you why I believe, besides the fact that I'm not sure on the time. I'm in trouble here. I got 2 cigarettes left. Until 4 p.m. 4 p.m. tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to do this. All right, let's go on.
Okay. That's wrong.
What?
I don't know. That just looks immediately wrong. Go
Well,
ahead.
that is because that's the 1976 logo. Because 20th Century Fox does. This is the supposed original title card for the movie, the last draft before the final cut that was used in the trailer, released in 1976. Can you zoom in to the date at the bottom there?
Oh, yeah.
That is 1976.
So this was in a trailer?
Yeah. So, preliminal. Does that
They
look
don't-
right to you?
They don't have their iconic logo there.
They do not yet.
So there it is.
But don't you worry, it's about to get weirder. No, that iconic logo is wrong too. I'm going to get to
It's
that
so
next.
weird. It's making me second guess the spelling of star.
Okay, wait. It's going to get weirder. So go ahead. Go to the next one.
Whoa,
And
that's
in
like
all the years,
the novel.
yeah, in all the years I've researched Star Wars, I've never seen 1976 logos. Have you seen this before? This is a 1976 Star Wars logo. Look at the breaks in the A and the R. The S is the
Atari
ground.
W.
The weird W, yeah. Oh wait, it gets weirder. Go on. There's a pyramid logo that says the Star Wars in 1976.
The Star Wars.
Does anyone remember the Star Wars?
We gotta look at that closer. Go watch a Star War.
The one above doesn't have the circles, I think, if you want to see it better.
That was a joke for any Arrested Development fans out there.
Preliminal has never seen. Rodney says no way.
That's terrible.
Never experienced the pic, logo, etc. Says Suso.
It looks
WTF is this logo? This is not the logo.
That's Dune. You know what? That's Dune. Star Wars was kind of ripping off Dune, by the way.
Yeah, I need to tell you, all I see is the pyramid with the all-seeing eye in the middle there.
Yeah.
And the third eye for the dot at the top.
Right.
Penrad says unreal. Spoiler Greg says I'm a Star Wars fan, and I don't remember seeing any of that. But Michael Russom has seen them all.
Can we move on?
We can.
Okay.
So they put the pyramid in between Star Wars.
Is that baby Mark Hamill right there?
This is, oh, they told me. It was like a Comic-Con. Like 10 years, at the 10-year anniversary of Star Wars. So like in 86, a Comic-Con in 1986, and they were selling T-shirts with that logo.
Huh.
But they removed the. If you zoom in on that pyramid, it does not say the Star Wars. It says Star Wars.
Thank God. That, you know what, that looks like the crappy Choose Your Own Adventure ripoff novel version right there. The Star Wars, printed in China.
Yep. I do not remember Star Wars in 1976. That was the year I was born. But I do believe Preliminal, especially since evidence of his memory has literally appeared overnight for me. I have never seen any of this before, ever. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, can you do me a favor and go back to the second slide? That one. Nope, go back. Zoom in on the Star Wars logo. See the red circles? I have never seen AR with the lines in them, have you? And that's the marquee of opening day at the Chinese theater.
The spacing looks odd.
Spacing is odd. Nothing is merged. The S and the T have a line. The R and the S have a line. That's good. What's bad is the A is like MASH. The R is like MASH. I don't remember it like that. And I've seen this picture before. This is like an iconic picture.
Oh yeah, and if you just Google the Star Wars logo, there's none of these breaks. These
right, and the R and the S is merged, and the S and the T is
disconnects.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always like almost like a neon sign outline. So it's weird to see it all filled in. I was like, this looks weird on several levels. I don't get it. What is this picture?
That's the Chinese theater in California. Man's Chinese theater. That's a Mandela effect for me as well. It used to be red. And now it's mostly white with a little bit of red accents and green. And on top of each
Oops.
pillar, like each section of the building, there's an obelisk.
Okay.
You want to go to Google and look it up and see it?
Not
That's
familiar
crazy.
with that place.
We're done with this one. I'm removing it.
Oh, that was the end?
Yes.
Okay. I thought you were going to tell me to zoom into something here.
No, I said if you want to Google Man's Chinese Theater and pull up a good photo, I can show you what's Mandela about it. But if you just want to get to the next folder, that would be the. I'm trying to find out. Give me 1 minute.
Let's move forward.
You have to actually move backwards. I skipped ahead because preliminal is here. So right now, we'll do Skittles and then we'll get to your segment. How's that sound?
Yeah, my segment that I know nothing about. But yes, I'm pumped to find out what my segment I'm presenting.
Yes. So we'll do Skittles because it's a stupid little one real quick.
Skittles.
Tell me when you're ready with the first slide.
Okay.
Good to go. All right, everyone. This is just a little issue for me. I could be wrong, so I'm going to ask you what you remember. But if it is an ME, I believe it has a message to it, which I'll get into.
Oh, I definitely believe ME's got messages.
Hey, Morgan. Morgan wants to see the Chinese theater, so if we have time at the end, we will do it. I promise.
Wait, what's it called? Let me Google this.
Mann's, MANN''S, Chinese Theater.
Okay. We will do this.
And while you do that, I'll ask the chat the question. Which direction do you remember the rainbow on Skittles packages? Not the colors, the shape. Do you remember it? Now, it does go like down and up or up and down and swirls around. I'm not talking about that. And I'm not talking about the colors. I'm saying, does it start like a normal rainbow, or do you remember it going upside down? Like curved up like a normal rainbow? Does it start like that? Or does it go upside down? What do you remember? Left or right is fine. Michael Russom says left. Henry says taste the rainbow, change the rainbow.
Change the rainbow's amazing.
Yes. I love it. Why can't is it the peanut Skittles? I can't change the comment. It's stuck on Kenraz.
Okay, I did find a good big picture of Man's Theater.
Guys, I'm going to have to leave and come back. My thing's frozen.
No.
Yeah, so I'll be right back.
All right, talks amongst ourselves. Intermission, Monty Python. No. I was not even paying attention to what we were saying about the rainbow right here because I was looking for the Man's Chinese Theater. Which direction do you remember the rainbow of Skittles?
I am back.
Certainly not upside down. Come on now. Really? No.
Okay, so going back to the chat, the last where I left off was Qbert says left. Not sure, says Suso. That's okay.
I mean, why would it be an upside down rainbow? That makes no sense.
Is left. Well, Morgan says the right side.
Okay. The dark side.
The dark side. All right, we can go on. I'm thinking this is actually an ME. Because according to the logo history, it was right side up like I remember through 2009. So 1982 to 2003 is correct.
Yeah, that was
2003 to 2009, correct. 74 to 82 looks weird to me. Can you zoom in on that? The top
There's no
right?
rainbow at all. What? I mean, but I wasn't there for that era.
I don't remember a Skittle for the eye. Does anyone remember a Skittle for the eye like that? The yellow Skittle, I should say, to be specific. That looks bizarre to me.
This is the one I know. Not 82 to 2003. What a great era.
Yes.
I
mean,
did taste that rainbow. It was delicious.
But you don't remember it for the last 20 years? That's 20 years ago.
Well, I haven't eaten Skittles probably since 2003, so.
Okay. So let me finish reading. There's more. Okay. But since then, the rainbow is not a part of the logo anymore. It's now just a graphic they do in the background.
That's dumb.
No, I get it. Because every time they change the logo with the rainbow, they're stuck with the rainbow looking exactly like that, or they have to register another trademark. So it was very smart of them to remove the rainbow, because then they can change the direction and colors of the rainbow at any time, and it's still their logo. Do you understand?
But if your tagline is "Taste the Rainbow," and your product no longer has a rainbow, that feels dumb.
But it does. They're not removing the rainbow from the packaging, just the logo.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Got
so
it.
it's still a design element, but the
it's just not part of
trademark.
the word itself. Okay, gotcha.
Right.
Ready to go on?
Yes. However,
Okay,
I do not
see.
remember this. This is wrong.
Why would you do that?
This has been like this since 2009. Wait, I think so. Please go back. Let me double check the year.
I guess the rainbow's smiling now. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, 2009 to current. Let's go on. But I only really found packages going back to 2019. So since at least 2019. So at least 5-6 years it's been like this.
I'm sorry, but there's not such a thing as an upside down rainbow. I mean, right? Like what?
There is, actually, yes.
Oh, now there is, yes. We did your rainbow
rainbows.
thing. I've been on that one. All right. I hate this place.
Join the club. So, if I'm alone on this, which it doesn't look like I am, great. But it doesn't look like I am. So, if this isn't any, it could be a message. God's rainbow reversed. The opposite of God. I don't like the implications. I don't.
Yeah.
The upside down rainbow. I don't like it. Yes, Morgan. It is so hard to call you Morgan when I see Isabella live. That's that pause. It's my brain saying that's Morgan. I gotta say that's Morgan. Morgan says, oh, we are not talking about the packages, but the logo. Okay. Yes, just the logo. Jency does remember the upside down rainbow. I do not. I remember it coming down and then going back up. So there was can you move the mouse? Like, put the little thing on top of the top left-hand corner of Skittles. Right there, yeah. So if you were to, no, don't zoom. Zoom back out. So if you were to move your mouse, wait, not like that, just stare at the corner, then like you're on a roller coaster, go downhill, and then go back up. That's how I remember the rainbow changing, not for that. I can't draw it, because I can't do anything, so it's the best I could do. But I remember it starting in the top, like, actually towards the middle on
like
the
a
left-hand
swirl
side.
that came up and down again?
Yeah, like it started at the middle left-hand side, went up, came back down to where it is now. So the left side of the right side of the package is correct. The left side is wrong because it went up and then down again. So it started like a regular rainbow.
Up here and then down here and up again.
And then up. Yes.
Okay.
That is what I remember.
I just don't. I remember a red package with a rainbow, and it's been 20 years since I bought one of those. So
right.
I've never heard of Bright Side Skittles either. I don't even know what this is.
I don't either, to be honest with you, but hey, Pushin, good to see you. So that was just the end of that. Now we're going to get into Christopher's segment, not Jeff.
Beer and Skittles.
Yes. Going to remove Skittles. We're going to do Jeff's intro, though.
Well, wait. Before we do that,
yes.
They wanted to see the
the Chinese theater for Morgan.
Right?
Yes, let's do that. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, I found one. So
you're good at this, Chris.
I'm a born natural
Mhm.
weirdo. Yeah. Here we go. Sharing the new.
Okay, so we can't see all the obelisks, but do we see the lit up obelisks on the left-hand side and the
Like
right-hand side?
these
Yes.
lantern green things here.
The green, they're obelisks, yes. And oh my goodness, do we see the fire in the top left? The pillars, the top? It's like fire. No, the pillars. The orange and
Oh,
the
these
pillars.
things?
Yes, please. It's like flames.
Yeah.
There's also these creepy faces right there. The whole Chinese
There's like
theater
a
was
witch.
red. Yes.
Yeah, that's so typical of Chinese architecture. Lots of red. This whole thing right here should be red.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yep.
It was red and black, believe it or not, for me.
Well, that's totally typical of Asian architecture.
Yes. And now it's white, red, and green, and now orange, because that orange is new. That was not in the original pictures. That's actually new. It's not a Mandela. It's just not right. All red, 110% Q-Berts.
That would look way better. That would look so much more Asian. This looks weird. And what is this little witchy alien thing at the top of the pillar?
Oh, Suso was talking about the colors. I said not the colors, Suso. It's okay. It's all right, though.
Where is this located?
This is I believe it's in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Or near there. Like, this is where where they put their handprints and sign their names in the concrete.
Oh yeah.
Gremlins. Yep.
It's this. You know what? This now
Hollywood.
looks like this looks so wrong. This kind of looks to me now like a Nickelodeon game show. Take the physical challenge, or whatever sound set.
Like a set, yes.
Instead of
it was red too. Red for me too. I'm just getting all the reds in the chat.
Yeah, that needs to be red. I've never seen this in my life, and I can just tell you.
Wait, yes, Morgan, yes. There was a Disney Chinese pavilion. I think it's still there, but it looks just like this. It's not red either. I even showed that in my presentation on it. They have a replica in not MGM Studios. What do they call it? What is it? Walt Disney World Studios, Florida. I don't know, wherever their studio, the theme park, the studio theme park is. They have a replica. That's where the great movie ride used to be. But that is the actual one, not the Disney one.
Yeah.
The one in Disney does not have the obelisks on top. Here I am, welcome, says Grauman's Theater. Yeah, they did change the name. From Nans to Grauman's or Grauman's to Nans. They did change the name. I do remember that. And you know what? Kira doesn't have a wrench, so we need to fix that. Give me a moment.
Okay, Sandy, I'm ready for my secret segment that I've worked diligently to prepare for you people.
You people. Hey, what do you mean by you people?
What I mean is I didn't prepare. This is my segment that I have no idea what's coming.
That's what it's like for Jeff, so no problem. Here comes the intro. Should say with Chris McGee, because Jeff is not here today.
Chris Zanzibar.
Yeah. But I should have told you while it was playing, get the folder up, but that's okay. You got a folder there.
What folder?
The one that has the picture, it says, I think it says UFOs or something, or glitches or something like that.
We botched this one. Let's redo that. That was an epic intro that requires proper delivery.
No. We're limited on time. We can't do another intro. It's okay.
But we can do this voice.
You're welcome, Kira. What I'm doing is the first 1,500, until I get to 1,500 subscribers, those of you that support me when I'm small are all getting wrenches. So that if I have more subscribers later on, there's always going to be someone with a wrench in the chat. That's my my mindset here.
All right.
So I
I'm
appreciate
ready
you being
to
here.
present
You are.
Jeff McGee's Chris segment.
So section 1. Go ahead.
Glitches and others.
It's snowing pretty hard. It's really hard in the mirror. And then,
You can make this bigger, yeah.
Whoop,
Oh, you
can
can't. That is bigger.
That was bigger.
You can if you do that scroll thing.
Whoop,
So what we're looking at here is,
sorry.
supposedly, it's okay. I was going to say, if you want to try that control arrow up key, I think. Is that what you said, Mr. Super Sidewinder? Go back for 1 second. Go back to the last one.
Wow, it skipped ahead.
No, it's Control
Pure
plus,
chaos.
Control minus, Control 0.
Control plus. There we go.
There
Thank
we go.
you.
So in the mirror, they're
Beautiful.
claiming it looks like it's snowing, and you're going to see a kid move in the mirror. But when they point the camera to the window, it's not snowing. So
Oh, this is one of those glitch in the matrix things.
yes, but I think it can be done with video. But again, it's going to be tough because they have the kid walking in the mirror. So hit play, you'll see what I mean.
Oh, it's snowing pretty hard. It's snowing really hard in the mirror. And then, what I said is that.
It's all clear.
Oh my gosh. Oh wait, what? See one single snow. It's snowing pretty hard. It's snowing really hard in the mirror. And then, what I said is that.
It's all clear.
Oh my gosh. Oh wait, what?
So like I said, they could have overlapped video in the mirror, made the mirror a green screen, and thrown in another video. But that's for you guys to decide. That's why we show them.
Yeah, I've seen a few weird things like this. I don't know what to make of that.
And now we're about to see 2 moons. Welcome to the chat, Tim McMahon, Lovey Love, Christine, and also like I said, looks like Kira came along for the ride, which is awesome. Thanks for bringing
Okay.
Kira over.
Hopefully I'll stay zoomed in. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Now wait until she changes the aperture.
What?
That looks like the moon. Twice.
What are these two things?
I don't know if you want to zoom in really close on that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah,
Why did that happen?
It's okay. It's okay. Go back. It's because there's 2 there. I forgot to clip it. So while it's there, try to zoom in if you can.
Zoom in more?
Hit pause. Hit pause. Hit pause.
Eh.
All right. Hit back and back. Like just you can rewind in the bottom.
Whoop.
Okay. When it goes out, hit pause real quick.
When what goes out?
When the lights stop flaring like that. Pause. Now with your plus and minus arrows, can you zoom in on those spots?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
But I can't seem to scroll.
There you go. You moved it up a little bit. Okay, one definitely looks fuzzier than the other. The left looks hard lined around the edges, and the one on the right looks fuzzy. But still, this is what I was talking about, Rodney, if you're still here.
What is going on here? What are we looking at?
Apparently 2 moons.
This Tatooine. Some kind of lens reflection, double pane window, that kind of stuff can create a double image.
Maybe.
But they're bright. I mean, it doesn't even look like the moon. They're brighter than the moon.
Right. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what this is. What
Well,
context?
welcome to the Runch Club, Jennifer. Good to see you. So if you want to go on to the next one, you probably have to zoom out again. Okay.
Okay.
So we've seen one like this before with darker oil and noise.
This is where it's gonna freeze, like the motion will stop.
But it's still moving. They can still interact with it. Noise Guru had a name for it. I forget what it is. So hopefully Noise Guru can put it in the chat again.
It's why is this for the male audience?
I don't know. That's what it says.
Okay.
I guess because only males does 2 oil changes.
What? Oh, what? No.
The viscosity, didn't you say? Oh, this is something else.
Why is it moving on like that?
Because there's 2 in a row. It's okay, there's 2 in a row. It's fine. Hit pause. Noise Guru, I think it was you who said what it was when we saw the other one with the oil pan. You said it was. I thought it was you that said something like that's why it looks like that, but maybe it was someone else.
I was there at that moment, whatever that explanation was. I don't remember, but
you were there. You know what I'm talking about.
We watched an oil frozen thing, and that was like 2 months ago, maybe.
Hey, Van Gold, welcome.
But it's so creepy for it to just.
No, it's a TikTok with multiple videos in it. So after the oil one, we're going to see somebody sitting in a car with a car right next to them with the same steering wheel cover and air freshener. And it's such a specific steering wheel cover and air freshener. You'll see. So after this one plays,
we'll see this thing again. No.
So look at the steering wheel cover. Very detailed, very specific. And then they're going to pan over the air freshener. Very specific.
She looks like every other bitch.
Pause it.
Whoa.
Oh, you just missed it.
Dang it. They had a tarot card.
Play it again. You know where to pause as soon as they
air
focus
freshener, right?
Yeah. So as soon as they focus on that second car, hit pause and we'll zoom in.
This freaks me out.
That does.
Okay, wait. This is a tarot card.
Strength.
Maybe it's not a tarot card, but it kind of looks like one.
No, it does. It has numbers on it.
She looks like every other bitch.
All right, pause. There you go. Can you do the control scroll thing or the scroll with the X, whatever you were doing to make it zoom in? So.
What?
You have the lines on top. We can't see. There we go. So they have the strength air freshener and the same steering wheel cover.
No. That's impossible.
That is creepy.
I had one like that where I was driving around town with no music on all day. I had a song stuck in my head. I was singing it out loud. I was almost done driving for the day. Somebody pulled up beside me with their window down, blaring that song. And it was some obscure song from like 30 years earlier.
That is
this is just, I mean, nobody has that steering wheel cover and nobody has that rear view tag thing.
And for the two things to come together in one vehicle is
nope. Yeah, that's the odds of that are astronomically impossible. That's a synchronicity. That's manipulated reality right there.
And you look deeper into that and you find out that they were twins and they've never met. And
yeah.
Yes, Jennifer, I am in Philly. All right, so you can hit next now.
This matrix bullshit.
Okay.
You see water dripping right there. Yeah?
You see the water dripping? Do we see the water dripping? This is going to play a couple times.
So go look at it.
Tell me if anybody notices something
No water
different.
dripping. Like,
All right, can you hit pause for 1 second?
Didn't quite hear what you were saying to watch for.
Okay, so when he's on this side of the wall that he's going back to now, you can see water dripping in the puddle.
Right.
But when he runs around, not only is it not dripping, it looks like the water has absorbed into the concrete.
Oh.
So he's going to run back and forth. And I replayed it a couple times. Go ahead.
This same scary music I've heard before.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Before you start playing, this is a great comment. Elizabeth K. It's because both car owners ordered from Temu. That's awesome. That is great. And welcome to the Wrench Club, Elizabeth.
And the mirror hanger. One package.
I'm starring that comment. That is fantastic. Oh. Okay, go ahead. This is going to play a couple times.
Yeah, we gotta watch this a couple times.
So
Oops.
water. Oops.
Let me get out of the. I'm zoomed in and all kinds of crazy chaos here.
Mhm.
We want control. Oops. Control 0. Make it big.
dude.
Yeah, leave this one.
Somehow I'm on the
This is
next
best
one.
This matrix bullshit.
All right.
You see water.
Look for the water droplets. It's like little sprinkles in the water. But see, you can see the reflection of the water.
We do need
When
it
he
bigger.
runs to the other side, the reflection of the water is just gone. It looks like it's absorbed into the concrete.
So we have a very clear puddle right here. Trying to get it where the whole frame.
Jennifer, where are you from? Jennifer says we're neighbors. All right,
Okay.
give it a shot.
Sorry for all the chaos. I'm not, versed in presenting.
This matrix bullshit. You see water dripping right there.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll walk over to go look at it.
Can you wrench Elizabeth?
Ain't
There's no
water
puddle.
dripping.
It's absorbed. There's no reflection.
Like you can see this.
There's reflection.
You can see that dripping, but you can't see it over there. All right, look at this.
So it's just going to play again if you want to let them see it again.
This matrix bullshit. You see water dripping right there. Yeah. I'll walk over to go look at it. Ain't no water dripping.
Like it was dripping like maybe 15, 20 minutes ago and it stopped and the water started absorbing into the concrete.
Oh, look.
But here it's
dripping. But you can't see it over there.
Yeah,
that is so cool. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Well, I mean, it's creepy in the music and everything, but this is so easily edited at this day and age, to create that,
Yeah.
right?
It is.
The first and last frames are shot, and then the middle thing is inserted. You're better at this than I am, Sandy. But
I am, but I will tell you, the way he runs with the camera shaking everywhere like that, that's actually hard to edit. He's got to line up the bouncing around. That's hard. So I will give him that. Like it can be faked, but it is harder. That is cool. Jennifer lives in Montgomery County. That's like, I don't know, like maybe like a 20-minute drive on a good day.
We're just entering a day and age.
Hour and a half from Center City, so you're on the far end in Montgomery County.
I was just to say we're in a day and age where basically a video means nothing unless you know the provenance of who took it. and how it was filmed and the other witnesses. Otherwise, you can pretty much, I mean, at this point, AI can create a totally fake and convincing reality. So, you know, I want to believe this kind of stuff. There's so much weirdness in the world that it's totally within the realm of possibility. But it's hard to know what to make of these little glitch videos without knowing where they came from.
Before you go to the next one, hold on. Elizabeth, can you just say hi? I gave you a moderator wrench, and then it didn't take, apparently, so I gave it to you again. I just wanted to make sure it worked. All I gotta do is go hi, or type any letter.
Okay.
You can go on now. I'm
Next
just
video,
do
we need to zoom in, or
yeah. Okay. Oh, she's good. She's good. Okay. Yeah, so what you're going to see here, let me give you a setup because it took me a minute to see. A man is sitting in his car in traffic, and notice that another guy sitting in a convertible is moving his head and talking, but his reflection in the side view mirror is not.
Oh, that stuff is creepy.
Yeah, well, we're going to see that. So
I feel like I've heard the music in this one, do do do, with like a woman that was
standard. It's a standard, like the one they offer you for when you want creepy on TikTok.
Yeah, and I've seen the one where the lady is doing some kind of loop, getting in and out of a car. Have you seen that one?
Yes, and that has been confirmed by the lady that she has obsessive compulsive disorder.
That's so crazy.
She was having an episode. She
OCD.
She felt that she didn't do the same thing over and over in those specific steps. Something was going to happen to her mother, so she had to do that. So.
Okay, I can't zoom in much more than this. Is good?
That's fine right now. Hold on 1 second. Elizabeth just said, "Today I saw my reflection looking away from me." Yeah, I'd be freaking out too. No way. Oh my, no.
I have a super creepy mirror story from my priest. When he was a young priest, and I don't know if I want to tell this, but it was a house that was troubled, and these people asked for help because they were seeing entities in the house, and so he was just beginning his career as a priest, and this was in Florida, and so his kind of like mentor, was like, we've got to go do this house exorcism because they're seeing entities, and they had seen shadow people and like entities appearing in a mirror, and apparently what happened was these people were doing astral projection, had painted a like pentagram on the wall. They were doing occult rituals and stuff, and started to be haunted by a couple different entities. There was a taller thing, but apparently the youngest person in the house was seeing a short being appearing in the room, and this thing showed up in the mirror, and it actually walked. It's like it walked on the floor, and then it walked up 90-degree angle, went up the mirror, and left footprints going up the mirror on the inside. And that freaked them out. And that's why they called them. So yeah, they got to this place. They found they had been doing some dark stuff, and this little like short being had walked up the inside of the mirror with its footprint soles on the mirror surface, like it had just gone up the wall and left tracks. And they had tried to spray it off with Windex, and it wouldn't come off. And my priest said, and I hope to have him on the podcast and eventually and have him tell this story, but when they walked in that place, he said they felt a sort of oppressive darkness, like the atmosphere, the air itself was heavy. They went to that place, it just felt different, and they started doing exorcism prayers, singing the hymns we do for a house blessing. And he said that he went up to the mirror and said a prayer, and I think he sprinkled it with holy water. And in the Orthodox Church, priests wear this stole that goes around their neck, and it's these tassels. They put it over our head when we do a confession, and they do the prayers of absolution for forgiveness of sins. That's this. It's like a sign of, you know, they have authority from the bishop. They've received the apostolic laying on of hands, and they can do certain things. So he sprinkled holy water on the mirror, and he used that stole and wiped the mirror, and the footprints came off from the inside.
Wow. That's
So,
I would have loved if they had recorded that. That's amazing.
Yeah. And this is a pretty easygoing guy. He, you know, he talks basketball and sports. You know, this isn't a guy that just tells a lot of weird stories. But the workplace that
That doesn't mean anything, because we tell a lot of weird stories here.
Well, right. All I'm saying is, for him, this is a guy that doesn't normally talk about this stuff, but he's got this one story, you know, and no reason to make it up. That's all I'm saying.
Guys, I have to, while you're looking at this one, I have seen it many times, played as many times as you want, because it is hard to see at first. I'm going to go see if I can, if Joey has a cigarette or two I can take from him, because I'm in trouble here. So,
All
you
right,
guys play it. I'll be right back.
We'll do glitches. All right. I don't know what we're doing here. The Matrix is broken. Something about the mirror.
Right. Through the mirror, right? And his face is moving, but look at that, his face just moved, but the guy in the mirror seemed the same. Yo! The Matrix is broken.
Oh no.
I'm watching this dude through the mirror, right? And his face is moving, but look at that, his face just moved, but the guy in the mirror seemed the same. Yo! The Matrix is...
Did everyone see it?
Yeah, we're all freaked out.
Yeah, that one's freaky. I gotta say,
How
that
you
one's
even
freaky.
notice this the first time? It's very perceptive, you know?
I would probably notice that, to be honest with you.
Well, Sandy, you've got a great eye. I'm walking through the world thinking of poetry and lyrics and oblivious to the outside world. So
Yeah, but I'm not one of a kind in that sense. I'm sure there's other people like me who are that observant. Do you know what I'm saying?
there's a lot. There's a lot that are paying
Yeah.
attention. Yeah.
Yes. So
Detail-oriented.
But I'm
Myers-
also saying that this is probably more likely to be real, because he's just hanging out in his car, freaking out. So, I don't know. This one bugged
I saw
me.
it freeze.
Mm-hmm. And then it like kicks into motion when it starts driving.
Right.
Did you notice that?
Right. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay, are we ready for the next?
Yep.
Is there more?
Oh, there's more, but it's not glitches. Now we're on to ghosts. And there is a ghost at the very end, because this is like one of the best ghosts on camera I've ever seen. It was covered by the Sun and other news outlets.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's at the very end. But now we're on to ghosts.
Okay.
So again, this is a phenomenon I keep seeing.
Whoop, sorry.
It's okay. It's in another language. Again, could be edited, but I don't know. This is weird. The kid is weird. You can see the kid's face. But there's a couple of these where ghosts are banging to be let in, and then the people stupidly open the door, because if there is a spirit trying to get in, I think opening the door is permission. So
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
they all open the door, like, part of my language, but idiots. They're idiots. Don't open the door. If this ever happens to you.
If you open the door and the men in black are standing there, just close it. Do not let them into your house.
Yeah, just close. Everything closed. Just close. And I've seen these where they say stop it and they stop.
Yeah.
So try just saying stop it, but they don't always do that either. But one person, I mean, again, they can always splice the video, so it could be fake. That's why we present it to you. You decide for yourself if this is real or not. But the one that I saw tonight that I don't think is here, open to a balcony on a second floor. So, you know, but let's check this out.
Well, real quick, in the old vampire lore, they can't come into your house unless they have
the man in the house
permission.
invites them, right?
And this is wild, but I even heard that if you got a welcome mat out there that just says welcome, that counts. So don't have a welcome mat. You don't know who you're inviting in.
Then it has to say welcome. So if it says like Merry Christmas, you're okay.
But definitely if you open the door and there's something weird there, just close it again and lock the latch.
So it's good that I have a double door, like a door plus like a metal grated glass door.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right, let's do this.
It's dark.
No. It's a little person.
It's a little. You can see the boy's face.
Oh no!
I can't. That's like, if that's spliced, that's good.
Hay un niño golpeando la puerta. Hay un
He
niño
sounds
golpeando la
genuinely scared.
That
I don't
thing's
know
like
if you can pause it when you see the face.
That thing's
No,
like
like
3.5 feet tall at most.
Yeah, but if you are able to pause it when you can see the boy's face to zoom in and let them see the face.
Okay, no, I didn't.
Is,
I missed that. Let me see
Keep
if I can
looking.
catch it.
As it gets right about there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Can you hit play there?
I can if you want to see it. Oh, it's
It's a little blonde hair kid.
Yeah, I've definitely heard stories about the kids on the side of the road in the middle of the desert type
Black-eyed kids.
Black-eyed kid stuff.
Rodney says no, just no.
What language is that, I wonder? Where is this?
I don't know. Doesn't tell me unless it tells you in the corner. Elves can play on Christmas, says Lovey Love. Seem childlike to me, says Timothy. Christine says a child. I have a not welcome mat, says Cuberts.
Not welcome.
Good plan.
Not welcome. That's amazing. God bless you.
Whaler Greg says aliens selling Girl Scout cookies. And Timothy Man says my welcome mat says go away.
It's worth noting that ancient mirrors were made with a real silvered back, and that may have been involved in the vampire lore of not being able to see them in mirrors.
Oh,
Modern mirrors are not made that way. If you see mirrors in garage sale that are blotchy looking, this looks like the backing is coming off or whatever. Those are old silvered mirrors, and they're worth collecting.
wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is Zacchaeus, the tax collector. He's you need to pay up. No, that's pretty scary. If that's
There's
real,
some
I don't
funny
know.
mats in this chat. My neighbor has a middle finger mat, says Christine.
There you go.
You will not invite any entities in with that.
No.
I need one of those.
There's another one like this in this this folder.
Okay, I just want to. This jogged a memory for me. So, for most of my life, I have not been into. I've been open, interested in weird stuff and anomalies, but not deeply invested. And kind of where things began for me was when Unsolved Mysteries came back with its new iteration.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched a couple episodes. There was one about UFOs in the Northeast, which I found really compelling because multiple people from the same family had an incident on the same night, and they stuffed it down and didn't talk about it. And then like 30 or 40 years later, they all realized they had a shared experience that they'd never talked about. And I found that really compelling.
That is
But
compelling.
the next thing in that series was the tsunami in Japan and the whole Fukushima incident.
Yes.
That was like 2010 to 12, or I forget what year it was, but it was early 2010s. And funny enough,
Creatures?
so, well, I don't know about the creature. There's so much. You're just blowing my mind. There's more to all this than what I've been talking about. But I work at a brewery in Wilmington, North Carolina, and for whatever reason, well, actually, we're home to GE. This town has a nuclear power GE company foundation. I don't know. There's GE's nuclear stuff. There's a major outpost here. And so when the Fukushima incident happened, there was a convention that took place in this town. And one night, I was giving brewery tours to a bunch of nuclear engineers. I was like, well, what are you all doing here? And they're like, well, we're here to figure out what to do about, the crisis nuclear power plant. Well, anyway, in the Unsolved Mysteries series, to do with that tidal wave, there are all these ghost stories in the aftermath of that incident. And it's like taxi drivers picking up people who are all wet and driving them to their destination. And it's like they get to the place and there's no one in the car anymore.
Oh, no.
And so there's something very unique. I've run into this a couple times, but there are these Japanese stories. The Japanese ghosts are super physical.
Yeah, well, that's why I got to tell you, you are syncing with me hard, because that ghost thing at the end is travelers and very physical.
Yeah, so I've run into this multiple times, and one came up recently. It wasn't the same story, but it was like Japanese ghost stories, and it's 3D physical entities. It's not like a wispy vapor thing, It's like 1 minute I was interacting with what has seemed to be a 3D physical being, and the next minute they're gone,
Yeah.
Which I think is freakier, and it's what's going on there. That's a different type of ghost story. So
now I have heard of them for a very long time, but I grew up reading. My dad had a subscription to Fate magazine, which got me interested in it, and then we had a few books, I guess, before they canceled it because it was so expensive. But Time Life had like a series of books that were like paranormal. Like one was UFOs, one was ghosts, one was blah, blah,
oh yeah.
We had like the first 4 books, and then I think they canceled it because it was too expensive. So I never got the whole library.
But yeah, I recommend to everyone listening to this episode tonight, check out the Unsolved Mysteries reboot from a couple years back, and watch the UFO episode in New England and the Japanese ghost, Fukushima tsunami thing. They're fascinating episodes, and that's what started me on this whole journey. But let's move on here. I
looked it up for you. It was March 11, 2011.
was when
Mark,
the tsunami happened.
Fukushima.
Yeah. Yep. That tracks exactly with when I was assistant brewer and
That's a
given
date.
brewery tours. Yep.
No, they're all divisible by 7, 311. Not 7, you know what I mean. It's got 11 in there, but 3 and 21. I don't know why I was thinking 3, 11, 21. That's something. I don't know if that's square roots. It's definitely not divisible by 7, though.
Prime numbers.
Prime numbers, yeah. Thank you.
This is good having 3 people on the panel. We cover each other real well for stuff like that. Good.
Yeah.
I'm impressed how much, esoteric knowledge you have there, Mr. Super Sidewinder. I want to talk to you some more.
I was going to say, wait till we talk backstage.
Yeah. All right. What's next, Sandy?
I don't know. You have to go on to the next one.
We'll find out.
Yeah. Shall find out together because I forget the order.
What's happening with your car?
So these were a couple of them. This one's so creepy. Look behind the girl. Look behind the girl. Do you see the child's arms? I can't. Oh my God.
What is the girl doing?
That's the thing. She's like sitting up, asleep at 3
She's
a.m.
frozen.
He's not catching ball with you?
Play them all again. Just let
Can you
it
tell me
play.
to play ball?
Start over. This is what I call genuine reaction. Oh, never mind.
Braylon? What's happening with your car?
So look behind the girl's back immediately when the door opens. Or if you want to pause it when you see the arm and zoom in. There is a child's arm. You can see it.
On her right?
Yep. You see it?
I do see it. But I don't know.
If you want to play it close up, that's good. But yeah, play it close up. It'd be easier to see. You could see movement behind her back.
You could try using the space bar to see if that plays in closets.
Oh, I saw that.
Nothing. And the girl's like in a trance at 3 in the morning.
That's see 3
Wait,
a.m.
listen. But you gotta rewind it. Rewind it, because you can hear footsteps running away and laughter.
What?
Braylon?
Just
I'm
play.
sorry.
Just play.
Sorry, you said you can hear footsteps?
We have to be quiet for that one. Yes, you got to hear it when as he pans to the door. So hit play. Everyone, just listen.
That is creepy. And 3 a.m. is, I was just going to say, 3 a.m. is not a time where anything good happens. Nothing good happens at 3 a.m.
Right.
No,
Devil's hour.
That is devil's hour. Yep.
What's happening with your car?
So we're watching on this side over here. Yep, that thing moved. Oh, okay. So you heard you heard the bup at the end there. Hello?
Oh, I'm muted. I'm sorry. Yeah, the child running away. Footsteps of the child running away.
Bup. At the very end of that last video. And then this guy is going to react to the I've seen stuff like this with cabinets opening and whatnot.
Yeah. You need someone to play ball?
Yeah, it's just his reaction. Like he was going to go check it out. And then it opened again and he was like, never mind. I'm out.
That's that classic. What the hell was?
Oh, hell no.
Braylon?
All right, so we can go to the next one.
What's happening with...
I'm way too zoomed in.
All right, so this is another one of the banging doors.
Leave.
Oops. Sorry, I messed that up.
Leave. Stop.
Oh,
You gotta go.
there's like hands on the door.
That's all you can see is the
Calm
hands.
down. What are you? Stop.
There's still sound, but no hands. Opens door, it's done. It got
It's
in.
like boom, boom, boom,
Got
boom,
in.
boom.
Charlie, come on.
Very clear rhythm right there.
Yep, and the dog reacted. That bothers me.
Oh, wait. We got to do that. The dog reacted?
Yeah, because outside looking for him.
Leave. Stop. You gotta go. Calm down. What are you? Stop.
The dog's upset. Stops. Dog outside looking for something.
Charlie, come on.
Okay.
But it's inside now, so.
It'll be easier to find.
It was crazy how rhythmic it was. Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
It could be fake. That's why we show them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It could be spliced. You don't know. I think it was convenient that the hands disappeared, but the banging still happened, so that the door could be opened easier. You know?
Fake or not, you could see hands
Mm-hmm.
and nothing else. So that's some powerful editing right there. If that's what's going on.
Even if
Yep.
it's fake, real stuff very similar happens. I mean, that's
Right.
not
Yep.
Based on
not very far afield.
Yeah, dude.
All right, Graveyard Schiff as security guard.
Yeah, here's
Gave them
another
a
one.
2 weeks
This
notice.
Now listen, this one you have to listen. I'm going to mute because you're going to hear the children or child laughing. No, Graveyard Shift, not at the graveyard. Looks like it might have been a music studio or a radio studio. You'll see.
Oh God. Whoa. That gave me hard chills. I'm still getting chills.
Yeah, that one's crazy.
Oh, no. That was, whew, I felt that one.
And I could see why I would be like, I'm not giving you 2 weeks. I'm out of here. I am out of here. I'm out of here and I'm done. Done.
Oh no.
Yes, if you want to play it again.
I don't want to, but I will.
And that noise, that residual banging noise, is the curtain.
Oh really?
So the residual noise you hear when he walks in is the curtain hitting the wall.
Right, it's supposed to be the vinyl blinds banging a couple times as it comes to a stop.
Correct.
Oh, that is creepy. That one, that freaked me out.
Yes, entities having fun. Yes, having fun messing with the security guard. That is terrifying.
The kid
I'd
was
be
having a
out.
great time. That's
Yeah.
like a 4-year-old or something.
It was
4 or 5.
It definitely sounded like a child about that age. Yep. Okay, so what is next? Are we on to the UFOs yet? Yes, we are. Okay. So before we go on, stay here for a second. The last one before we get to the ghost one at the end, something weird happened to me. When I recorded the clip, it was normal. When I went to put it into the slide, it was not normal anymore. There's a section that's all crazy messed up. So just so you understand what it is. So but that's like 2 or 3 up. So we're going to show you some supposed, alleged UFOs or unidentified aerial phenomenon. So let's go look at them.
But well played foreshadowing, very ominous.
Mm-hmm. Now this, I think, is edited. I think this is edited, but I'll let you guys
What is ring camera?
Ring, like the doorbell, ring doorbell.
Oh, okay. See, I'm living like I'm 100 years. Yeah, 1899. That's where I'm coming from. All right, here we go.
This was captured outside of a man's house from Texas on a Ring camera, catching something pretty extraordinary of a supposed alien craft which caused bright lights that lit up the whole entire street. Could this be some type of alien abduction or possible lens flare, glitch? Let me know your thoughts and comment below.
What the hell? Pause it on that. Yo.
Wait, pause it on that. Or is it air glow?
Oh, well played. Call back.
Oh no! It's got that green and you know.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, go back. That's the abduction that I was telling you about. That's the next one.
I'm
But
sorry.
yeah, it's okay. Just hit play. It's
Had a
fine.
muscle twitch. You want to
You
see
can
this
hear-
one again?
Yeah, because you didn't finish it. At the end, you actually
This
hear
was
the
captured outside of a
reaction.
man's house from Texas on a Ring camera, catching something pretty extraordinary of a supposed alien craft which caused bright lights that lit up the whole entire street. Could this be some type of alien abduction or possible lens flare, glitch? Let me know your thoughts and comment below.
What the hell? Pause it on that. Yo.
Lit up the whole street.
Oh,
You can't leave this thing.
Yo.
This was captured outside
All
of
right,
a man.
that's the whole thing. Okay. So I was telling you earlier, it's another Ring camera footage where it looks like a man is abducted from his front lawn. Like he claims, no, it didn't happen. But I'm saying, well, if he was abducted, maybe they erased his memory. Who knows? But
Yeah, I want
let's
to see
check it
this
out.
one.
Yeah. They definitely can do that.
Welcome, Larry Schulte. I am going to give you a wrench. 1 second. Thank you
Okay.
for subbing.
Man steps out of his house and is abducted by aliens, clear as day.
It looks like a man is clearly just beamed up into outer space.
Don't zoom in. They're going to zoom in. It's okay.
Yeah, it looks like he's been abducted by
Boom.
So in the recording, and wherever the loop got stuck.
So it stopped recording, and you had walked out of frame, and it looked like you disappeared.
Right.
But it's clearly like when he walks out, he clearly is abducted and just turns into something that flies into the sky, like clearly. That's crazy. Check it out. Slow motion, frame by frame.
Oh.
Yes.
Now, this was on Inside Edition.
Oh, really? This is Inside Edition?
Yes.
They don't mess around.
That's what I'm saying. This is on Inside Edition, and he's
Oh.
claiming he just walked out of
Slitzed.
frame and that there was a glitch.
Survey says wrong.
Yeah, I think he was abducted and his memory was erased.
Woo!
What do you guys think?
That one was wild. That was like Mega Man. You.
It's like he shrunk and then flew up. Stretched out because he was going so fast.
I wish I could play the Mega Man sound effect for that.
Don't
the
worry.
older millennials, no.
We're gonna do Mandela effects after this, so it's okay. That's why I did it in between. I broke up the UFO stuff and the ghostly stuff. So we're gonna do a couple of Mandela effects after.
Right. We promise this is relevant
Dark,
somehow to this community. We're just off on our escapades
Little
here.
tangent. Yep. All right. So let's see the next one.
What? I seen something, and it looked like aliens.
All right. So look towards that wire thing.
Look towards the wire.
Yeah, it's not on the screen
Over
yet.
here.
Yeah, like a little bit higher in the sky. Yeah, right,
Okay.
right there, yeah.
This shit goes.
You're not gonna miss it though. It's gonna light up.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Again. It happened again. What the fuck is going on?
Maybe we should mute this.
Yo. Nah.
And that's it. It doesn't move.
Yeah, that's
Something
weird.
like that. It's weird. Don't know what it is. That's why it's unidentified. Aerial phenomenon. Yes, you can go on if you want. Get to a more. This is the one that. Oh no, this is something I've never seen before. You can hear splashing in the water. So I'd love to hear your comments on what you think this is. Here we go.
Hashtag Russia. So is this in Russia?
I guess
apparently. So. Whoa.
Fake. Ukraina.
Russian swear words. What?
But it's just hanging in the sky. Look.
It's like
stuff is hanging in the sky and then
orbs
it's falling.
splashing down in Russia in the river. Whoa! Oh!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
What was that?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
That was like a reindeer constellation.
Yeah, the reindeer constellation falling into the river. the thing, I think the title says, or the like UFOs dive bombing to their base under the water.
Wow.
No, it did make a splash. I can hear a splash. Can you? Wait a minute.
Oh yeah, I was definitely hearing splashes. That didn't look like a controlled descent. That
So
like
everybody quiet. Play it again. I swear I hear splashes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sidewinder did. All right, we're gonna.
Fake. Ukraina. Глесно се мама
Lambo, trovo che c'è speciale.
They're like little clapping sounds, not big splash sounds.
I couldn't hear it at first. I thought you're full of crap.
No, it sounds like fish.
It's like pop, pop, pop. It's like it's almost like those 4th of July.
It's like a flat
pop
slap,
pops.
like a fish jumping real high and landing real flat.
It's just a
Actually, yes, it's more like a fish jumping out of the water.
It's that meaty sound, yeah.
Dull slap.
That's it.
Yeah. I
but if it's fireworks, why are they hanging in the air and all landing in the same spot? That's weird.
Bop, 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 bop. It's super weird. I have no idea what that is.
And if you can, just fast forward to the end so they could see the, like just slide the slider so they can see all the lights in the sky. Or just play it. Yeah, that's fine. That's a lot of lights just hanging out in the sky.
Yeah, buddy.
That's a
I
Loki gazelle. Here's the
gazelle.
The Loki head right here.
That's over 70, by my guess.
And they're falling into the river, all of them. Like, what the heck? I don't know what this is. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's bizarre. I don't know what that is either.
All right. So the next one is the video where I did a screen recording. I watched it. Nothing strange happened. But then when I looked at the screen recording, a lot of strange stuff happened. So I took screenshots of the strange stuff. Because it happens in maybe 2 seconds. But a lot happens in 2 seconds. So when you go to the next one, we'll watch it. And then we'll look at the screenshots of the weird frames.
We don't talk
We're
about
not
what
there when I
happens.
saw it.
We don't talk about what happens in Reno. What happens in Reno stays in Reno.
That's Vegas.
Whoa!
Oh, whoa. What is that?
It's not like flying.
Oh, did you see that? Did you see all that flashing stuff?
Yeah,
It
that
was not
thing's-
there
that's a
before.
That's a UFO for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yo, it's like that thing they showed on the
Oh,
movie.
whoa, 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 whoa. What is that?
You see how there's no flashing stuff in the repeats? Did we see this? No flashing?
Right.
But there was in the first part. So if
Yeah,
you
I'll
want
try
it
to
again,
freeze it on that part.
Yo, it's like
you
that
don't
thing
have
they
to. I
showed
just
on-
screenshot.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What is that?
It was like lasers and
And lightning. I
yeah.
have no idea what it is. But if you go to the next slide, you'll see pictures of all of them.
Oh, okay.
So I point out that here's the weird part. These frames, these bolts and colors were not on the screen on TikTok when I recorded it. But here it was in my recording, which I felt was very weird. The next
So you
screen
watched
has
this
them all.
and it did not have the flashes?
Correct.
And, oh,
Correct.
okay.
Yeah, right.
And look at these. I got every frame that was weird.
Yeah, I saw the orange ones that lit up the whole sky.
This was really weird.
Well, and this is also so typical of these ghost investigations and stuff where it's like they go there, they record something, and then they go back and play the recording, and there's new stuff there that they didn't experience. Right?
Yeah, but their recording was fine. It was my recording that added this.
I know. I'm just saying.
Like, how does that happen?
I have no clue.
This freaked me out. All right, here we are.
It's like
You can't play
Mandela, the
that.
multiple versions of things. Like by the time you got home, you actually had a different recording, maybe. You know.
You can't play that. I have to read the title first. It's on the next slide. So, Air Ghostess. Freaked out passengers film floating ghosts rushing off a plane, but there is no plane. There's no plane. Okay, you can see this
Wait,
is the
what?
sun.
So is this
There's
an airport? I mean, what? Where are we?
All right, so here's what you're going to see. You are going to see at least 30 ghosts debarking from a plane that doesn't exist. You know, the walkway? It's lit up at night. You can see the ghosts clear as day. They're going very fast. But it's groups of people getting off a plane that doesn't exist. They're all ghosts. Yeah, hit play. You'll see.
This is this is like the flat I missed when I got stranded in Dallas Fort Worth.
This is the best ghosting. Look at the movement. Look at that.
All these people going through the walkway.
They don't exist. They're ghosts. There's no plane.
Oh, splits.
There is no plane.
Wait. Hey.
There's no plane. There's no plane.
Oh.
Rushing off a plane.
I mean, you
We're
can
gonna
see the light from the overhead lights reflecting on their bodies. Hit play again. Watch. You can see it reflecting off
Oh,
their
it's just
heads.
okay. This is what's important. Right here on the right, empty space. This
No
is
plane.
The walkway to nowhere.
They're debarking into the airport.
Disembodied and disembarking.
That is so creepy.
Oh, layers.
So many people.
What's interesting is the colors of that walkway so much match the Force Ghost. You know, like Obi-Wan getting off the plane here. All Jedi.
All Jedi.
Yeah, I see it.
Tired.
The ghost you're looking for.
And that's the last one in this presentation.
Yep, that is it. I'd save this one for last because I thought this was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I have no explanation for this, and it was covered by news all over the
This
place.
was in the sun.
It
Wow.
was in the sun.
Wow.
Yep. I don't know if you could zoom in on the area. as they're walking when they zoom in. When they zoom in, hit pause, then you zoom in, and then hit play again.
We have a new joiner, Linda Letman.
Oh, welcome, Linda.
He needs a rent. Hold still, Linda.
They're going fast and weird. How they
Very
walk
fast.
is strange. That's not.
Yeah, they're not relaxed about it.
People getting off a plane.
It's like they skip ahead in time. It's crazy.
They're at 2 times speed. That's like fast forward.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're
It's
not
crazy.
just walking fast; they're leaning like you do when you're actually going fast.
Yeah. If you've ever gotten off a plane, there's always, an old lady with. There's someone going slow down that walkway that you just can't get around.
Oh, absolutely, and they expect you to be slow and orderly. It's not a place
Yeah.
causing problems.
There you are, Rodney. I was looking for you. I couldn't find you. There you go. I can't. I have to give wrenches on my phone, not in StreamYard.
Right. I know.
Okay, so my earpiece is dying, so I am going to be switching. But now it's time for you to choose a folder. I think we did the top 2. I'm going to look. Tell you which folder to get up. 1 second, please.
A folder
So we
of
are
my
leaving the
choice.
scary stuff, and we are going to a presentation by SMB3, Super Mario Brothers 3. Do you see it?
Oh, good.
So
Yeah.
now you can
Add
relax.
part
No,
2 live performance.
yes, no more scary stuff.
All right, we got Gumby.
Thanks, Christine, who says neat stuff tonight, guys.
Yeah, that was kind of intense. That was a lot of that, just kind of one after the next right there. I'm in a state.
Oh my gosh. Lovey Love says, I was at the Charlotte Motor Speedway the night the one concrete bridge collapsed with many folks on it. Oh my goodness.
Whoa! I don't know that story.
I don't know that
I'm in
story
North
either.
Carolina.
That's awful.
That's some Mothman vibes there.
Timothy Man says, well, my phone is on the floor now where it probably belongs. When you get it pulled up, I'll switch my earpiece. I'll walk away. I just have to mute.
I've got it. Just there we
can't
go.
see it
Sharing
represented.
properly.
There you go. 33 in the chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. Would you like to read, Mr. Super Sidewinder? If not, would you like to read, Chris? I had to switch my earpiece. I'm not going to be here in a minute.
Chris, you up for it?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Okay. Are we presenting?
We are presenting.
Okay. Credit Super Mario Brothers 3, best game ever. Super Mario found something he had never heard of. Yes or no? Do you remember the Thundercats or Gumby performing live on stage?
It's no for me.
Because apparently and that probably should have been a moment to pause and ask the chat. Chat, do you remember Gumby or Thundercats performing live on stage? I'm just slightly too young to be deeply. Gumby is part of my childhood, but I didn't know it well. Because apparently they did together. Oh. No. He has no memory of this, and honestly, neither do I. Is this new for you, too? I wasn't that familiar with the Thundercats. Gumby, I know.
Can you hear me?
Yes, welcome back.
Okay, thank you. All right, so in the chat, we have Jennifer with no. Haha, no, for Christine. Timothy Man is Thundercats. That sounds terrible, no, says Lovey Love. Super Mario is obviously a nope. Even though you're showing the answer, but that's okay. Both was. Oh, you already told them the answer that they were together. I missed that part. Sorry.
I'm botching this without your pacing. Yeah.
No, you're fine. You're doing great. Awesome. You're doing awesome. So yeah, here's this nuttiness, but it gets weirder. I found another one, which I wish Hebrew was here, but I'll show it to him later. Noise Guru will be right back, switching devices, just like I had to. So yeah, this is bizarre. Snarf is at least a better color for me. It's kind of like a purple pink now. I remember him red and yellow like that. That was a Mandela effect I've already covered with He-Man.
I don't know Thundercats at all. I know Gumby a little bit.
I have Mandela effects with both, so it's okay. You can go on.
Okay.
It's just more pictures of this craziness, including a sign, Thundercats Live,
Whoa.
showing Gumby. Okay.
That was a twitch, a muzzle twitch. Sorry.
It's okay. Can you zoom in on the poster? Because there's other things I don't recognize. Maybe other people will. So it says at the top, live on stage, you can see Gumby, Thundercats. Is that the Silver Circle? I don't know. But look at Lorimar, how it's merged. And we have the Lambda A with no line. Do you see that? Lorimar presents. A Steven Goldberg production featuring Thundercats, Silverhawks, and their special friends, Gumby and Pokey, Tiger Shark, Street Frogs, and Karate Cat. I don't think I know any of them. It's so bizarre.
What is that?
That's the performers.
Okay.
That's the characters that are in the show. I cannot with this. Not Speed Racer. You're guessing in the chat. I see you. You know Speed Racer and Scooby-Doo. That would have made more sense to me. Not these random Street Frogs and Karate Cat and Tiger Sharks. Gumby with Thundercats. That's such a weird combo. I can't. This is a good find, Super Mario. But on the next slide, apparently they did it with He-Man too, and She-Ra. At least that combo makes sense, He-Man and She-Ra. But I still don't remember this. Does anyone remember He-Man Live with She-Ra? So weird. So weird. It's not even like it was on ice or anything.
On ice.
Not on ice. Just
on ice makes everything make sense. It's it was on ice. Okay.
No, it was not. It was not on ice.
What's this thing right here? Is the Hamburglar as a purple frog?
That's the little floating ghost orc. Oh, I forget his name. Help me, guys. What's his name? I want to say Orko. That's not right.
He-Man to me is one of these. It's like a nebulous, fuzzy cloud of my childhood. I definitely watched some He-Man. I don't remember anything about it except He-Man and Skeletor. I definitely don't remember the purple frog Hamburglar guy, but man,
I am right. It is Orko. Okay, good. Thank you. Sorry.
This is the mists of like kindergarten for me, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're a little younger. I get it. I get it. I was definitely a She-Ra fan and He-Man. Everybody's like, no, and Jennifer's no, what the hell? So let us know if you remember this odd mashup of cartoon characters performing live in the comments below. And thank you, Super Mario Brothers 3, for sharing this find. Hey, Alone. Good to see you.
This looks like auditions for Beauty and the Beast, and you're the Beast.
It does. I'm looking to see what's next. There's one folder that we can't do because Jeff isn't here. Jeff rarely has a folder, so I'm going to save that. So we have 2 more folders for tonight. One is about a logo, and the other one is about someone that most people won't know. So you pick which one you think should be last. Which one do you think? I think you should go with the Tonight Show first, and then do the logo.
Do not do Wait for Jeff. So that's
Yes.
obviously off limits. Which
I would do the Tonight Show first.
I see the Tonight Show, but what's the other one?
The other one is the one between the black and white one right there. TV Guide.
TV Guide?
Yeah. So I would do the Tonight Show first.
Oh, we didn't. Okay. All right.
So, I don't know if people are going to know this one, but it's going to be easy for everyone to answer. Even if you don't know him, that's fine. But you can still guess. You're going to be able to guess on this one. So, and Mr. Super Sidewinder, you might know. And people my age might know. But the name of an old host of The Tonight Show is different from my memory. And I'm hoping that you will remember this person to answer the question. What is this TV host's name? Please fill in the 2 missing letters. His name was Jack Parr. Please spell Parr. How do you spell Parr?
This is a question for my parents.
Well, that's okay. You can guess.
I'll bet.
I'm telling you, his name is Parr. There's
2 R's. I mean, what else could you do there?
I'll bet with the Mandela effect, it's 2 A's. Got the Haas A's.
Well, and that's funny, actually. If you put 2 A's there, then it's German for pear. Ein Paar.
And it would be pronounced differently. It'd be Pa.
Is Pa is pear, like 2 of a kind.
So Alone agrees with you. Stay here. Don't go yet.
What should it be, though? I would guess 2 R's. What do you guys guess?
Yep, I said 2 R's.
2 R's forever, Josh. Don't remember Jack. If you don't remember, it's okay. Take a guess. How would you spell Parr? It's okay.
What is this, the late 60s?
Yeah, about that. Maybe even mid-60s. I think it's like
It looks like the
66,
60s.
65. If you never saw it, like I said, if you have no idea who this man is, you can guess. Interesting. Christine says Air. Timoth Man says Par. R-R. Also P-A-R-E. And Jennifer is P-A-R-R or P-A-R-E. Oh my gosh. I so sympathize. Love Be Love says, I'm sensitive as my offspring, Gen Z, told me I was cringe. Then I said, I am Gen X, and I own that and double down. Because Gen X is the coolest generation. Hands down, you cannot deny that. We are the coolest generation. I'm with you on that.
I mean, you guys invented grunge. What can we say?
Yes, we did.
I grew up as a kid
We rocked grunge.
idolizing that. Yeah.
And then emos tried to say that no, that's grunge. You just took grunge into the night into the 2000s.
Yeah, my generation invented hipsters, so I just did. I'm not gonna, brag about that.
Yeah, you don't want to brag about that.
I skipped grunge completely.
You should go back and revisit.
Oh, no, thanks.
Wait,
Try Screaming
where's it?
Trees.
Just like what you said, Mr. Super. Everjosh says it's probably changed like Haas did.
Oh, I was gonna say, is this the inverse of Haas?
It is. We can go on to the next slide now.
It's gonna be double A.
I can't. And I even say it. A reverse Mandela of Haas.
Yeah,
I knew it. I could feel it. Yeah.
that's what I was channeling. I was feeling that too.
That's why Haas is all messed up, man. Jack Parr did it all.
And check it out. Look at the G. I do not remember them doing that.
The totally empty G.
Yeah, the totally empty G.
There
I
should
do
be
not.
a little thing in the middle there to sculpt it out.
And while the T's aren't cut off, they are off center to the right, like they're about to be cut off. It was not like that in my past.
Correct. Sloppy.
Oh, this is bad. I'm like looking through my ashtray right now.
Even by today's like artistic style or whatever, that's still bad graphics. Bad font.
Yeah, it's funny. Ein Paar means a couple. P-A-A-R in German means couple. But it's extremely rare in German to have a double A. This is one of the only words that has that. Anyway.
You want to hear something weird?
It's totally the inverse of Haas and Haas.
You want to hear something really weird, though? I remember, I'm going to write it in the chat for them to see it. For them, and then I'll put it on the screen. One of my first Mandela effects. I remember Doc Martens like that.
Oh, yes. Well, but that makes sense to me because that's Scandinavian or whatever.
That's how I remember it. But it's this.
Even that's a little different, a little special, though, because the umlaut on the second A there changes the pronunciation. But just to have two A's with no markings above them is very rare.
Yes, I agree. But I specifically remember that. I have a anchor memory where, because it was my birthday coming up, and I wanted a pair of Doc Martens for my birthday. A maroon pair of Doc Martens. And I said to my parents, my mom and my stepdad, make sure it's got the A with the 2 dots on it, because I didn't want a pair of fake Doc Martens. I said, make sure it's got the A with the double dots. And my stepdad said it's called an umlaut. I'm like, all right, whatever it is, just make sure it's in the logo.
So what is it now?
I just had it on the screen. This is what it is now.
It's 1A.
Where did I write it?
Yeah.
Here you go. It's Dr. Martens now.
No, come on, really? Dr. Martens? No.
I swear to you.
No.
My first video on my channel, if you scroll down to the very bottom, it's a slideshow. It's that. It's Doc Martens.
DR period is hell, full stop, no. I mean, come on. DOC, 100%.
It was never Doc. It was always DR period.
Wow. Just wow.
No.
And it always had 1A. And a lot of people don't remember the double A like me, but I swear to you, I have an anchor memory. I can't. It had a double A in my past, all right?
Well, I'm telling you,
did.
if you're going to the Star Wars Cantina, you're gonna need a double A with an umlaut. You can't walk in with DRMART. You're gonna get kicked out of there.
And you know the dime jot table.
But wait, St. Martin's used to have the double A for me, and it does sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't now. Depends on the map you're looking at. Matter of fact, I could check Google Maps right now. Right now, see if St. Martin's has the double A.
Yeah, the original looks like a Scandinavian spelling to me. It's believable to have a double A, an umlaut. That's, Danish or something like that.
St. Martin. Did I say Martins? I meant Martin. I didn't take an update. I do remember St. Martin. Non-stop. Martinique.
Wonderful rum
Wait.
agricole from
Where's
Martinique.
St. Martin? Hold up. Did they change the name of St. Martin?
Are you talking about the Caribbean island?
It's still 2 A's. Okay. St. Martin County is still 2 A's. But no, when I zoom in, okay, it's Sint Martin, Sintmarten, no umlauts. And then it's
That's
Saint
Flemish.
Dash, but wait, Saint Dash, Martin on the island.
Where is this?
I'm going to send you a picture in Messenger so you can show it to people.
Because what you just spelled out was Dutch. Where is that in the world? Caribbean?
It's a Caribbean island.
The Dutch West Indies.
It's St. Martin. The island is St. Martin. But they're calling it Sint Martin and Saint Dash Martin. This is wrong for me.
Well,
and like I said, the double A is missing the umlaut, and it did have it.
Sint Martins, that is Dutch.
There's my Kit Kat Dash.
Yep.
I see.
I'll send you the picture for after the presentation.
Okay. Wait.
You can go on the next slide. I'll be right there. Chris, you okay?
Yeah, do we have a thing to show here?
Yeah, you know the next one. Go to the next one. We'll go to St. Martin later.
Okay.
So I can't tell if this is his printing or not, but it does say PAR, P-A-R-R, on it, and it's from a reputable site that verifies items for authenticity. It's on a site called WorthPoint. WorthPoint does pull things from eBay, but they verify first to make sure it's authentic. And this, if you can zoom in on the bottom, from Jack Parr to Johnny, it says Jack Parr, P-A-R-R. But that is not his signature. But I don't know what his printing looks like. I do have a picture of his signature on the next slide.
No, it's right here.
No, that's printing. I'm on my handwriting. So on the next slide, that's his signature, which looks like P-A-I-R or even R-R.
It
does not look like 2 A's though.
Yeah, definitely not 2 A's. It looks like P-A-E-R.
E or I, yeah.
Yeah.
But it could also be a quick R. It could also be a quick R, but it does not look like an A.
What it's definitely not is 2 A's.
Correct. And underneath, they wrote Jack, P-A-R-R.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, that just makes more sense for a personal last name.
Yeah,
I don't totally know this guy, but that seems right.
So here is current reality again.
No.
And now we have a ton of residues. We're going to move through this quick unless I tell you to stop. So I just found it funny. I did not know that Jack was named after Jack Parr, but apparently he is. And they have it spelled with 2 R's. So Jack Parr.
Yep.
A rare public sighting of Jack Parr, former Tonight Show host. 2 R's. These are all 2 R's. I'm going to stop saying that. So go on. Up here, I circled it at the bottom. It says 1962, Johnny Carson succeeded Jack Parr. So it was the 50s. Who said the 50s? I think it was Gen Z. The 50s, early 60s. In 62, it became Johnny Carson. You know it? This is in the newspaper. Betty Johnson, popular singer, heard frequently on the Jack Parr Show. P-A-R-R. Trivia question, Jack Parr. Next question. Next one.
I like how it's in Spanish.
Yeah. So these are Jack Parr cups or something, but it says Parr on the thing for beach nut gum. A-A-R. But at the top it says R-R. And this one, again.
Oh,
RR.
Popcorn tub.
Yep, and there's Jack Parr again in a comment.
Yeah, this crap. It's been updated. I don't even know this, but it's just clear.
So the bottom is a close-up of the top, so you don't have to zoom. It's just Jack Parr is the Sean Connery of the Tonight Show. Okay, so Jack Parr again. It says Jack Parr, P-A-A-R on the document, but P-A-R-R. And two different sellers are selling his book, and both spell it R-R.
Totally wish I had my parents on this broadcast, because I bet they would remember this.
Well, you can always ask them later.
True.
Not like the show goes away. Yeah. So, again, lots of Jack Parrs here.
Yeah, this is bull crap.
Another trivia question, Jack Parr. And one of those old PowerPoints with Jack Parr. There's so much residue, guys. I'm sorry. Good night,
Yep.
General Sarah. Thank you for jumping in for a moment.
You've convinced me. And I...
Oh, look at this one. Jack Parr went first, right? They even put it in the graphic. And it says Jack Parr of The Tonight Show. All spelled right.
He shot Han Solo.
Good residue.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, here's another one.
I never saw a Tonight Show with Jack Parr on it. I was born in '62, so.
I never saw one either, but I heard the name from my grandparents, my mom.
Yeah, I heard the
I
name.
knew the name. And I've seen it. I've seen it in like Trivial Pursuit. Like in the game Trivial Pursuit, I've seen it. I've seen his name.
Yes, it rings a very misty, vague bell for me. My dad was 11 at this date. But
Yeah.
I think he would know. I think he would know.
My mom was 10 in '62. So here we have his headshot, and on the back you can see it's studio released, and on the back is written Jack Parr. So
Yeah.
is this a Mandela effect for you? Like it is for me? If so, let me know in the comments below.
That's the Haas reversal. That's the perfect example. And
Absolutely.
to this date, if I go to Food Lion 1 block from me, because I live by the Food Lion grocery store, and this is something that Brian
Stavely.
Oh, wait. One
Stavely.
second, I'm sorry. Have a great night, Timothy man. Thank you for being here. And thank you. It says great show. Sorry.
Brian
I didn't
Stavely
interrupt.
posted it this year in the last several months.
Yep.
A video of him going out with a receipt from a Food Lion here in North Carolina, because we live in the same state. And it had Haas, H-A-A-S.
In the POS
Yes.
system.
And so he showed a video of that, and it's actually changed slightly since then, because I go to the Food Lion here, and it's now Haas, H-A-S-S.
They fixed it.
When you ring it up on the computer screen at checkout, but when it prints out on the receipt, it still says H-A-A-S. So there's a deeper layer, you know.
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
It's been slightly updated, but not quite totally.
Didn't quite
That's
get to
crazy.
the printers. Cool, man.
That is crazy, I gotta say. All right, we have one more folder. It's just a logo thing, but it's a weird logo thing. It's also before my time, so I can't call it a Mandela, but I will say, never seen this. I've seen a lot of these in my past. I've seen old ones in my past. I've seen them, you know, in shows, movies, with
We're going-
product placement.
This is the TV guide?
Yep, the TV guide.
Okay. Man, we had a subscription to TV Guide when I was a kid.
So did we. So do you want to read this one, Chris, or do you prefer not to read?
I'm catching my breath here. Let me pass to one of you two.
Okay, I'll do it. No problem. So this is just a quick thing I want to ask you about. I think it's a Mandela variation effect, but it could be something else, so I want to ask you. Next slide, please. Yes or no? Besides red, white, and black and white, do you recall the TV Guide logo ever being any other colors? So red and white or black and white? Do you remember anything else? Yes or no in the chat? And we have talked about the logo before. It has been merged, the T and the V, since 2003. Which is also the year that Skittles has had the upside down rainbow since. Just pointing it out. So Splatter says no. Van
Only
Gold
red.
says, please smash that like button. Thank you very much, Van Gold.
Only red for me.
What? I'm sorry?
Only red for me.
Only red for you. Noise Guru says yellow.
What?
I know, that's what I'm thinking. What? The Noise Guru
Also,
could be joking. So,
where's the black part even come in? I don't.
like if it's on a black and white piece of paper, you know, like
Oh, okay, just no
inside
color.
where on the black and white sheets you might see the logo, advertising like get 6 months of TV Guide for blah 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 blah. You know. So or left and right says Noise Guru. There is no left and right. Van Gold says red and white trim. Jennifer says nope, no other colors. Yes, back in the 80s, it had a special TV Guide. I'm not talking about the specials. I'm talking about normal TV Guide. Why didn't we save these things? Because we got them every week. We didn't even think about it. You know? We also thought... We probably also thought it would always be... We'd always have it, you know?
Yeah.
Like that it wouldn't disappear, that we'd always need it. And not needing it happened really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Right. In the internet era, yeah.
Like newspapers.
Okay, so Noise Guru says, no joke, yellow with white TV on it. Okay, you're talking about the old logo, though. I'm talking about this logo specifically, Noise. Not the original television guide with the big TV. Not that one. Just this one.
I don't know what you said, but it prompted the phrase, this was probably 90 seconds ago or more. There is no Dana, there's only Zool. Quote from Ghostbusters.
Right.
Are there Ghostbusters Mandela effects?
Yes. Lots.
Lots. I wanna know what those are. Tell me about that next.
Listen, I usually cover them on Mandela-ween.
Okay.
So, you know.
Well, tell me. We'll do this.
I'll tell you.
Backstage. Tell me the Ghostbusters. I'm not familiar with the Mandela effects for Ghostbusters yet. But
okay.
Are we ready for the next slide?
Super Mario Brothers says red and white, but reversed. I'm going to get to that, Super Mario. Don't worry. All right, we can go on.
Ghostbusters is one of my top 5 favorite movies, so I will be deeply affected if there are.
So, to be fair, it's only been red, white, and black and white, which is also weird because that's on a color one, a color cover, black and white, in my lifetime. But according to all the logo history sites and resources that I have, the ones below down there are the only colors the logo has ever been, with the exception of the colors in reverse, white and red. Super Mario Brothers 3. See, I got it. But do you see how they're all red and white, except for the first one, which is the TV that Noise Guru was talking about? Do we see this? All red and white, right?
Let me zoom in there. There it is.
So there's the TV, the television guide, the first one, 48.
That looks like weirdly
like MTV?
No, yeah, disruptive graffiti, way ahead of its time.
Yeah, it looks like MTV to me. Like just throw an M there and you got MTV.
Subversive is the word I was looking for. That looks like communist propaganda, subversive.
And I'm
from the
going to
very
tell
beginning.
you, they probably took a photo, like an already drawn piece of artwork. It looks like a child's head looking at the TV. Cropped it in and just wrote television guide on it, which is funny.
So maybe that one's total BS.
Yep. Let's go on so you can see what the issue is.
Okay.
I can't
No, come on. Green Bay Packers TV guide?
Yeah. So, but the TV guides are
Hell
not
no.
matching the history they are showing. So the logos aren't matching the logo history sites. I've never had that happen before.
Wow.
Like I checked like 7 different logo sites. No one had anything but black and white and red and white.
Mm-hmm.
And white and red.
Mm-hmm.
And there's yellow and red,
Mm-hmm.
blue and yellow, green and yellow, yellow and green, green and white,
Blue and white.
blue and red.
There's the TV / tattoo thing on the right there.
Black and white in the middle.
Okay, so you remember yellow and green, Noise Guru? Or yellow and red? Because there's yellow and red, yellow and green, and yellow and blue. There's also an aqua blue down there. You see it at the bottom? It's just a V. I would love to have a high quality photo of this image because Donald Duck does not have a red bow there. Do you see him in the bottom corner?
I was going to
There's
say,
no bow.
we got to look at the Disney stuff here. Mickey still has no suspenders, and Donald Duck doesn't have a sash exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's blurry. I would love to find a high quality version of this.
Mm-hmm.
So there's more coming up. But I've never had a logo show up to this extent in all of the logo history sites. Like, look at all these, it's like every week they change the color.
And the shape. The outline shape is changing.
Yeah, it is.
Which they wouldn't do because that's part of the branding.
Yeah, more rounding to more square, correct.
That's the whole Mandela thing, right? Is every color of the rainbow variation?
Variation effect. Yep, that's what I call it.
Muddy
The
water.
variation. I call it MVE, Mandela Variation Effect. When now there's variation where there wasn't.
I didn't even know that. I just said it. Look at that.
That's what I call. That's what I started calling it.
Tracking with you.
You're brilliant.
Yep. I believe this could be. I can't read the whole thing. It's in too much. I believe this could be a variation effect because it's a logo. In my past, it should say in. They wouldn't have changed the logo color on a whim. They wouldn't have changed it every month or even every year. In my past, it would have been consistently red and white unless it was in black and white print or something like a special edition. It's not going to be a different color every week. This is so weird.
Yeah, I agree with that. TV guide, black and white, maroon version, inverse.
Yeah, I put the orange circle because it's still red, but it's maroon. It's not red.
Well, it is the inverse. You know, it's
Yep.
color.
No, that's the way it should be. It should be red in the background,
Yeah,
white letters.
but then this one over
maroon.
here is white.
Inverse, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying there's an orange circle around the maroon one because it's maroon and not red.
That's crap.
I agree. So here's more.
It just changed every issue.
Yeah, it's like every issue is a different color.
This is the one I remember, the big one.
Yes, but look at all the ones on that page. Have a great night, Dangold. Thank you for being here.
It's a weird guide is starting to look weird to me.
Hey, Joe Blur, I didn't see you sneak in. Now that one that you remember in the corner, I have that on the end card with them closer up. You can see them better. But next we're going to look at, remember the fall preview episodes? issues of the TV guide.
Right.
Check out 1994. That should be the next slide. No, it's not. All right, it's coming up. So it's just close up showing you the colors. We already looked at these. You zoomed in.
Blue
Go
and yellow.
Yep, blue and yellow.
I mean, this is before the time I was born, so I can't really, weigh in. But
check this
that's
out.
the one I remember.
I remember this. This was my senior year of high school, the 1994 fall preview. I do not remember the P filled in, the Lambda A, the merging. That thing looks crazy to me. That cover's wrong. Lambda A.
Why would you the P be just why would they the P is a blob?
Why wouldn't they put a bar on the A?
Well,
the
no
L's are overlapping,
anymore.
which changes the color of the L at the bottom.
The L's are weird.
The W is a double V. Like it's literally a double V.
I support that. And in the VW logo, it's trying to come back.
That's the Sony Vega W. Instead of the Sony Vega.
Right? Vega.
Also, preview used to have a dash. It does not. When they did it like that, that is where a dash is required. You're breaking
you're right.
the word in half.
No, you're very right about that. And yeah.
And the V and the I is merged. And the A and the L is merged as well.
And there's only 5 people in the Village People.
Yeah.
But there's 6 on the Jackson 5 cover.
That is the reaction. Yep.
Everything balances out somehow. We found our double A's.
Yep.
Yeah,
double
we
A's.
found where the vowels got exchanged.
Stolen by Jack Parr. So what do you think? Is this a variation effect for you? Are the letters Mandela for you? Or is all of this normal for your past? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And thank you, everyone.
Please define normal.
Yeah.
Don't walk fast, hunch over, or come from a vacuum zone without a plane.
And if you're going to space, take a snorkel.
And a towel.
Never forget your towel.
Wait, Jennifer, what are you saying $13 for? That's so weird. I can't. That's exact. My brain has been on. I have 1 cigarette left. I am trying so hard not to smoke it because I can't get them till 4 o'clock. And that's how much they cost. And that's weird. You just threw $13 in the chat. So you got to explain. That's so weird. My brain has been on that all night. Is that how much it was for the TV guide? Guys?
I have no idea.
I think it was cheap.
No, was it $13 on the cover, like for the year or something that you were showing? You already closed it though.
I didn't see it if it was. Thanks for having me on, Sandy. Good hanging with you, Chris. You're a pro.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'll see you guys backstage, but I'm going to say goodnight to the chat, play the outro. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here for part 2 of the show. If you missed part 1, please, I highly recommend you go check out last night's show, because I proved to you that those Fruit of the Loom tags floating around the internet are 100% fake, and I recreate a tag for you.
That was strong. That was essential viewing. That's absolutely essential viewing for this community. And Sandy, thank you for doing that, because
yes,
like I said, I ran into that 3 times at Context in the Desert with people that were kind of on the periphery of the topic. We need that in-depth dive.
Well, I wasn't having people treat money bags like that in that group
No.
either. Like that's
He's
not
not
right.
screwing around.
He's not, and he's absolutely correct. So I had to prove it, and I'd show people how they're doing it. And yeah, so please go check out that video if you haven't seen it, and
Really
please
good.
share it. Let people in the community see it. They need to see it. So I guess let me do a quick shout out of who I can see. I got Larry Schulte, Love V Love is here, Timothy Mam is here, Morgan, aka Isabella Live 2.0 is here. We've also got Ken Raz, Super Mario Brothers 3. Pushing Buttons was here earlier. Christine, Noise Guru. Let's see, scrolling. I of course have Mr. Super Sidewinder and Christmas G here.
Christine, Contact in the Desert. How was that? Rewind to the beginning of this video, and it was great. But rewatch the beginning.
Wait, what?
Christine 355, Contact in the Desert. How was that? He knows. Thank you for remembering I went there, but you must have missed the beginning. That we spent like the first 120 minutes on that.
Oh, I see. I was so confused for a second because I'm still looking for names. I was like, what?
Sorry.
All right, it's okay. Jennifer M, welcome and good night. She just snuck in. Also, just Jennifer is here. Jennifer. And then we also have Van Gold was here. I think he's still here or he just left. And we had Ken Raz. We had General Sara was here. He left earlier. Trying to think. While I'm looking for names, I'm also looking to see who else was here. I'm trying to think. Preliminal was here. I said Ken Raz, right? Yeah. Alone. See. I'm scrolling, guys. There's a lot of comments.
Okay, Christine showed up late. That makes sense. So, pardon me. Yeah, we cover. You're gonna love what we covered there.
Yeah, definitely rewind, guys, or rewatch after it posts. Ever Josh was here. Scrolling down.
Remember, Sandy, to cut out my S word mistakes.
Only if they flag it. Only if they flag it. Michael Fontaine was here. Joe Bloor. Wow, there's so many people here. Like 100 comments. Hebrew said to say goodnight to everyone. He was supposed to come, but he could not. Rodney Letman, thank you again for the donation. Wait, I could put that on the screen. Thank you again to Rodney, who is also Linda Letman in the chat. So thank you to Linda as well. Sophia Green, hello and good night. Sophia just got here. Jency was here. I think Jency may have fallen asleep or going about her day. I got Love V Love, and that's all I can see. So if I missed you, yeah, like 2 seconds. Say hi at the bottom. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Oh, Elizabeth K was here as well. I did get Elizabeth. I know I missed some people, so I'm... Oh, Code Puncher, welcome. Just in time to get a wrench.
This was a blast.
It's always a blast. You've got to be here. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great night. We will definitely see you next week. Oh, I may see you. I'm trying to get in touch with Propagate This Light, who is a light in my past. We're going to be doing a show with him either this Monday or Tuesday or next Monday or Tuesday. I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to work it out. So I will just keep your eyes out for a show to pop up if it's tomorrow. I will put stuff in the community post if it is to get as many people as possible. But there will be a show coming.
And to those about to glitch, we salute you.
Yeah.
No, shift. We say shift.
to those about to shift, we salute you. Yes.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Can we? You got to make that your tagline.
I sense a new song.
All right, guys. From all of us at After Dark, you guys have a wonderful day or night, depending on where you are, or both. And we will see you next time.
Thanks
have a great
for playing.
night, everyone.
See ya.
Chris?
Good night.
There you go. Good night, everyone.
I spaced out. I have missing time.
Smash the tube, smash the tube, smash the tube, smash the tube. Turn the strap off, 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 please turn it off. Why must we watch Friends? 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 I've seen this show about 1,000,000 times. Not even funny when I'm drunk or high. Why must we watch Friends? 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 I'm telling you now for the 100th time. To change the channel, this show is a crime. Why must we watch Friends? 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 That laugh track is so annoying to me. They wouldn't need it if the show was funny. Why must we watch Friends? 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 There's so much better ways to spend my day than watch TV sing out a cat so smelly. Why must we watch Friends? 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 Why must we watch Friends?